Hello, you beautiful people. Are you good? Hope you're doing good. Oh my word, we're back. We're here. We're live. It's been so long. It's been like 5 days. It feels like forever. I am a creature of routine. My routine was shattered last week when I got sick. But how are we doing? Are we good? Hopefully you didn't miss the streams too much in my absence. We're back today in Gibraltar. I'll be honest, I'd kind of forgotten where I'd got to. So I don't know if anyone else relates to this. You have a week without playing a Football Manager save game and you're sat thinking, where am I? I can tell you where we are. We got knocked out by Inter, didn't we? I think this is why I want to forget it. We lost 9-3. Not so good. Yet, stubbly Jack. I'm at that point of sickness where I'm kind of well enough to talk, but I've just not bothered to shave. I'm rocking the homeless beard look. Have you learned not to get sick? I'll note that one down. You know what, chat? Pro advice from the chat. Just don't get sick. Also, there's a fan. Can you see my fan? That fan is not meant to be there. That fan is meant to be keeping me cool for the next 3 hours of broadcasting pleasure. Let me fire it up. Oh. Yeah, it was not nice. My life stopped without the streams. Well, look, they're back now. Chat. Thoughts on the homeless bird? I don't think I can run it. This is like 5 days of graft for this. Doesn't work. During the pandemic, there was a period where I did actually grow a beard just to see what it looked like. It was like it had white and ginger hair in it, and it was just like a mix of lots of. It didn't look good. I'm not a beard rocker. I think I've decided. I've got to say some thank yous. Joloffs, 36 months subbed. My chair just broke. Mate, thank you for the 36 months on Twitch. What's just happened? Is it normal for bits of your chair to just fall off? Mate, we'll try and fix it. Joss, thank you, mate, for the sub. Extra Avenger, thank you for the 10. I am alive. And Big Kahuna Burger, chat. I think I've broken the chair. Big Kahuna Burger, thank you for the 8 months. Here's some business books to help you feel better. It's going on a chair, apparently. Apparently it's going on a chair. Oh, dear. Do I still remember the Humble by Koss? Oh, my God, I forgot about that. Have I forgiven him for it? Chat, I'll be honest, last stream was rather traumatic, wasn't it, from a Football Manager point of view? Today we're going to wrap up the season. We're going to do the Rock Cup games. I'm probably going to just sim the league games. I want to get into some transfer window stuff. Is that okay with you guys? I think that's the plan. Oh, my word. Marco's actually legitimately getting quite good. He is legit. Gibraltar, mate, thank you for the 9 months. Currently vacationing in Mallorca. So Workspace Stream or Soaking Up the Sun is very welcome. Love to hear it. And also, Giovanni the man. I thought your name was Giovanni in the van. I was thinking that's taking a turn. Mate, thank you for the prime. Timmy Pimmy coming in with the tier 140. The Tyre Barrier, new sub. Look at that. And Joshua, 12 months, mate. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all the love. Oh, my. What's happening? Ferret's just coming in with 51. That's actually wild. Chat, I appreciate the love. Yeah, apologies for those that missed the memo. I didn't plan on not streaming last week. I've just been ill. Yesterday, I was at that point. You know when you kind of feel better, but you're not quite match sharp. Yesterday, I recorded a couple of YouTube videos rather than streaming for 3 hours, and that was like me getting match ready. That was the pre-season friendly. Matty, mate, thank you for the prime as well. Guys, I appreciate it. Giovanni the man. I was McKay George. Oh, so you've changed. Wait, can you change your Twitch username now? Is that a thing? I feel like that's been a thing for ages, and just a noob. That's probably what's happened. Oh, how are we? Like David Beckham at the 2002 World Cup, he wasn't matched up. Exactly that. Yeah, yesterday I just played a load of the Iranian save game, which has been very, very fun. Afternoon, Jack. How are you feeling? I'm unwell as well. Voices sound so ropey. My voice is better today. Like yesterday, it was not good. Wok has still been coughing a little bit, bless her. To be fair, I got lucky. Like, she got all the coffee stuff going on. I just felt tired. You know when she's been coughing a lot. I've had a sore throat, but to be honest, I've just felt very bunged up and sleepy. Like, there was a point, I think it was on Friday, where I just laid in bed at 1 o'clock and woke up and it was 4:30, and I wasn't tired. I'd only been up for 3 hours. But yeah, do you ever have that where it's like you're not very symptomatic, but you're just lethargic? That was me. That was me. But we're better now. Yeah, thank you, Brun. I have recovered well. I'm feeling much better. We're slowly but recovering, which is good. And I'll tell you what, I just want to get to the end of the season and see if the rep rises. I also want to try and sign Jang. This guy, right, his contract expires at the end of this calendar year in Korea. Is there a world where I can sign him? He's really good. How does Postecoglou have 2.5 stars rep and Gibraltar Apex is stuck at 2? I mean, to be fair, Postecoglou have won Asian Champions Leagues. But the reputation system in Football Manager doesn't really make sense. I feel the same, sore throat and low energy. I've been pushing through at work yesterday and today. I was talking with a friend about it, actually. Like, the sickness I had, chat, like, it sounds a bit pathetic when I phrase it, so please indulge me a little. But you know when you have an office job and you feel shit, but you can kind of just soldier on through and you kind of just hunker down in your own little bunker? Do you ever have those days? I used to have them when I worked my office job. Like, you're not 100%, but you can kind of just get by. Whereas I think the issue I had was that my sickness is the kind of thing where I could do that, but when you're on camera for 4 hours, it's a lot more difficult to kind of breeze through the day not feeling great. Like, it's a lot more apparent. Right, I need to think about the Gibraltar national team squad, because apparently we're taking on Haiti and Gambia. Oh yeah, I forgot I organised these. Those are my next games. Bloody hell. Okay. How many spots are there currently in the national team? We don't have enough goalies in the squad. That's an issue. I've got 22 players, so I need to add a goalie join me that I would like to join me in the national team. Probably not. Not really an office job, machine shop, and I work 12-hour shifts. Yeah, that's not so pleasant when you're like soldiering by. I will say, chat, just a general kind of heads up. This is common courtesy, but I appreciate we've got newer people here. Try and refrain from posting stuff regarding today's YouTube video in the chat. We have people who maybe haven't caught today's video yet. I appreciate the excitement about wanting to discuss today's episode because it was one of my favourite episodes in recent memory. I'm not going to be able to get Angel in, am I? But if we could refrain from discussing it until tomorrow. I know that kind of defeats the point. But we just got to be considerate of those that have jobs. Or at least that they have jobs where they can't watch a YouTube video immediately. I guess Dan Lee's being called up. I'll tell you what, I'm excited for things today. Oh, no, I'm not excited for that. Jang is out for 4 weeks to 2 months. That is pain. Can we discuss the floating man? Yeah, that did concern me. I'm glad people could see it in the video. I've never seen that bug before. It was very weird. Jack, do you think that Liga is still a farmers' league even after PSG winning the Champions League? Personally, I think it's better than Serie A or the Bundesliga. How do I phrase this without offending people? I think it's reflective of the quality of French football that it struggled for TV deals for the last many years. And I don't think PSG winning a Champions League at all changes my perception of the other teams in the country because they've not achieved what PSG have achieved. I hate the term Farmers League just as a general point. I wouldn't ever call them a Farmers League, but having watched my fair share of Ligue 1 this year, I wouldn't say it's of the standard of the Bundesliga or Serie A on average. Is that like I don't think that's a hot take. Like, there's some very technically gifted French players, and French football, like, it's not a bad standard, just to be absolutely clear. But I think if you took the top 6 teams from France, Germany and Italy and pitted them against one another, I think France would struggle more. And that is partially down to the finances of the league, which you could argue is not the team's fault. But that is also kind of the entire point. Is that? I hope that's not too hot or a take. I actually quite like watching French football, just to be clear. But I'm trying to be objective without offending. Alexander Doyle, that's beautiful. Aussie left back bangs that in. I'm trying to think what game it was recently. There was a game I watched recently. It was towards the end of the year. It might have been the game that PSG needed to win to clinch the Ligue 1 title, where they literally had completely rotated their team. I think it was like 2-1, and then they just brought on their usual starters and won 4-1. Someone might be able to pinpoint the exact game I was watching. And don't get me wrong, like I think PSG's fully rotated team could win Ligue 1. I think that is just how good they are. How's Lambert doing? He's had a few issues of injuries, but to be honest, he has actually developed. Like, he has actually been quite good. Like, I feel like, and this, again, this might be a hot take, I think one of the reasons PSG were able to do so well in the Champions League this year, and this is not to discredit them, I think this is a credit to their squad building to an extent. One of the big strengths PSG had was they ran away with the league. Obviously they beat, I think it was Marseille, and then never looked back from like the last 7 games onwards. And it did just afford them the ability to rotate the team so heavily. And I think that is perhaps a reflection of both PSG's squad building, but also just the general competitiveness of Ligue 1. Hi, Jack. Nice to see you back streaming. Lemsip sponsoring the video / streams yet. They're not. I'll be honest. I was kind of sick. Like I said, I was kind of sick to the point where I couldn't really record videos. But I wasn't like coughing a load. But I am there now, thank you, mate. I'm feeling much better. I've been just enjoying getting back into playing the Journey Manager save, if I'm being honest. I've been really enjoying it. Nathan, mate, thank you for 40 months. That is a longest time. There's been loads of people subbing today with really long periods of time. I think I mentioned everyone's time subbed. If I didn't, please let me tell you now, I recognise people subbing today have been subbed for years, and that is wild. But Nathan says, hey, Jack, great to have the streams back. Can't wait for MFL Season 6 to start. Mate, you are... Me too. I miss waking up at 9:30 and checking my progression. Anyone else? I've been really looking forward to the new MFL season now. For like the last... Well, since the season ended, if I'm being honest. I just like waking up and checking progression. Does anyone know how much FM24 would cost if I was to buy it today? I think if you typed in that exact question on Google, you'd probably get your answer. I have no idea. It was on discount not that long ago, I feel like, for like £10. But I don't know if it's still on that discount. Right, one more goal for the net free and Flea. Now, in the league, we've already won the league. Is there any opposition, chat, from me just instant resulting the remaining league games? I just want to get to the summer transfer window. I want to do some squad building. Granted, because there's been like a little gap. I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 days since the last stream. There's part of me that can't quite remember what my plan was. I found a game PSG won 4-1. Was it Montpellier? It might have been. In that game, did PSG get 2 goals in like the last 70 kind of plus minutes? I think it was Montpellier. I watched them play. And 2-1 PSG. I think PSG went 2-0 up. Montpellier got a goal back. And PSG went, well, we'll stick on our main starters for 20 minutes. And they just destroyed Montpellier. It was quite sad. Gildy, dude, how are you doing? I hope you're ready for the MFL season, mate. I appreciate the 4 months. Thoughts on Ange getting sacked? Only positive is that no one will remember him finishing 17th in a few years. I discussed it on Twitter. The fact that I was kind of surprised he didn't get sacked before the Conference League final. Like, I think it was when the quarterfinals were being played. I think Ange is a nice bloke, but I just don't think he. I don't think he was enjoying himself at Tottenham. That might be a bit bizarre. I mean, it's quite clear the players bought into what he was wanting to do. Often when a manager gets sacked, it's because players turn on the manager in question, or this question marks be raised. I just think with Ange, you look at the league season Tottenham had. Irrespective of any success they're having in other competitions, 17th is just unacceptable. And I know a lot of people pinpointed it on injuries towards the start of the year, but even when the team got fitter, and granted you could argue that they were at that point just rotating the team in the league to go all in Europe, they just weren't doing enough considering the money that had been spent. You're doing brilliantly. Keep it going. Was that free? That is free. Shall I make some subs now? You know what? We don't need subs. If Ange got top 10, he'd still have a job. Yeah, agreed. So what about Amorim? I'll be honest. Oh, do you want me to talk about Amorim, chat? I think United are about to do either the smartest thing ever or the stupidest thing ever, and I think there's no middle ground. There's two ways to look at things. Number one is Ruben Amorim has a really distinct style of football, and he's shown at Sporting that when he gets the right players, he can make it work. What is apparent is that he can't make it work with his current group of players. Now, there's two ways of looking at this. If you're the Manchester United board, I assume you hoped he would do better than he has. But looking at things now, you have two options. You either back him and sign players for his system, which might mean getting rid of wider players like Garnacho, for example, who could still be of use in other systems. And if it works out, you're a genius. But given the fact they're going to stick with him, if they sign what Amorim wants player-wise to play his system and it doesn't work, and based on what we've seen in this period that he's had in charge, there's got to be some trepidation there. If you end up signing all the players he wants and it doesn't work, you have absolutely royally fucked yourself. It's one of the biggest gambles is going to be this summer for Manchester United. Because if they sign the players that he wants and he can play his system and the players fit that system and they play well, no one's going to remember this year. If United go out and sign players that he wants to play his system and then they sack him quickly, which I think they'd almost be within their rights to do. If he continued, if 3 months into the season or 2 months into the season, it starts how this season ended, there'd be so much pressure on you to sack him. But if you've backed him, that's such a gamble in itself. Amorim is an appointment. I rate him as a manager. I feel like him going to Manchester United with the players that they had, it's such a gamble for Manchester United. It could set them back another 5 years if it doesn't work. I guess the question is, do I think it can work? And some of that comes down to how much is he actually going to be able to recruit given the lack of European football? Does it make him able to focus kind of on his squad more? I don't think it would be mental for Amorim to be sacked based off this season at Manchester United. But clearly the board want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and they kind of gave him the time they gave him when he came in to try and establish the squad, figure out what players he does and doesn't want. But it's such a fucking gamble. It could be the kind of thing where next year, genuinely, Manchester United finish top 6 or top 4, and we go, well, they're fine now. They've got the right players to the system. But if they spend a load... I don't even know if they're going to be able to spend a load of money. That's the other thing. Amorim clearly, he has the players that he wants, but unless you're willing to give him that long-term stability, if things don't work out initially and you feel like you have to pull the trigger on him because it's not working, why did you back him in the summer? It's such a weird situation, Manchester United. In other news, thanks to Wok making Jack sick, I've hit my 69 watch streak. Nice. Oh yeah, I remember, Anders, you were worried that you were going to miss the stream. Do I think it would have worked to Liverpool? What would have worked to Liverpool? The thing is, right, whilst they backed Ten Hag, I'd argue the players that Manchester United signed for Ten Hag, like, they are players that outside of literally Amorim's system, because he has a very distinct way of playing football, like, many other managers could take it on board. Like, if you were going to hire Amorim as United's board, surely you knew he was going to want to be able to bring in players that fit his system. Like, look at the Arne Slaughter appointment at Liverpool. Like, he got more out of the players at the club, but he clearly had a plan and knew how he wanted to play with the current Liverpool players. And he maybe compromised on certain elements of his game that he's not going to have to compromise on this year because of the players he's brought in. Whereas Amorim has not compromised his system at Manchester United. He has stubbornly stuck with it, and it is evident it doesn't work with the current crop of players. If they sign the players that he wants to play his brand of football and it doesn't work, is he going to stubbornly stick with it? Will he be given the chance to change things? If he does try and change his approach, is it even going to work if he's gone too heavily down a certain way of playing? Do I think Amorim's system could have worked at Liverpool? No. But I don't think you needed to change Liverpool's system as radically as maybe Manchester United's system needed to change. Surely in your first season, you can create a system for the players you have and then evolve it to how you want to play. That would be the logic, wouldn't it? That would be logical. And I feel like Amorim, to begin with, did actually try to compromise, and then he just kind of went, this doesn't fucking work. I'm going to just... Basically, when he realised it was a free hit, he was just going to play the team how he intends to play next year, so players have time to learn that system. It is wild, isn't it? It's interesting. Arcana and Mpuemo, good transfers. I think they are more of a mould that can work for how Amorim wants to play. Because they are very versatile players. Like Mpuemo and Cunha can play up front. They can play through the middle, kind of in a more 10 role. They can play in the wider areas if needed. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes full-blown Victor Moses on, like, for example, a player... like Cunha, just goes, you're a right winger now. Can everyone remember that year where Victor Moses became the best right wing back in the Premier League? Well, I want to see the right back arc from proper random players. Because he almost tried to do that with certain players this year. Where there were certain United players who were more traditional wingers, and he was like, I'm going to play you at right wing back or left wing back, and you're going to learn it. And it didn't, spoilers, it didn't work. To be fair, like players like Ahmad had the odd game where I was like, this guy looks like he could play right back. And then as the season went on, you're a bit like, maybe not. Victor Moses. And to be fair, Valencia did it as well, didn't he, at United? There is like a history of some wingers that do make that transition back. Like, there is part of me that just wonders, is that Amorim's plan? It's just because versatility is quite nice if you need to change how you're going to play. Quadrado, yeah, there are examples, right, of players that have been able to kind of change their style. And I guess Amorim was hoping with someone like Ahmad that, like, he could do that. And to be fair, Ahmad is still young. He could still learn to do that. Ashley Young, yeah, there is like a list of players when you think about that have been able to make that transition from being a more conventional attacking winger. Manager comes in like Conte did at Chelsea, wants to play a free at the back, and you retool some of those players to play deeper. I guess Amorim was hoping that maybe United had a few players who could do that. And obviously, we've seen from the likes of Garnacho and Rashford, like there's certain players that probably have attitude problems as well, but he perhaps deems surplus to requirements based on their inability to adapt to how he wants to play. But out wingers, most of the time, wide players have an inverted style. I don't know if that's true. I think there's plenty of traditional wingers in modern football. And I think it's almost a necessity in modern football for your wingers to be able to play on both sides of the pitch anyway. I think it'll be interesting with Amorim, because I think if they'd won the cup and got European football, is Nkili... Wait, chat, will Nkili play for Gibraltar? Never mind. Never mind. I can't remember what I was saying now because I got distracted by the idea of Nkili playing for me. Jack, how can I deal with a sore throat? Gargle salt water, my friend. I think this will be really interesting to watch Manchester United. Like, well, how would it... Like, I'd be really curious if you're a Manchester United fan, especially, but, like, for Manchester United, like, the gamble of them now fully buying into recruiting players at Amorim's system, if it doesn't work, will be catastrophic. I think that's one of the reasons why he's maybe looking at players like Mbueno and Cunha, who can play multiple styles. It's almost like a safer bet if he decides shortly into the season, this doesn't work. Okay, Haiti are ranked 77th. We in Gibraltar are ranked 152nd. It's only a friendly. I did organise the next 2 games, chat, against Gambia and Haiti, purely to try and boost the coefficient. That was literally the entire purpose of what I've done. So if this now doesn't work, I do look like a wang. Cliff has to play, doesn't he? Cliff has to play. Play Berry through the middle? I think that's the play. I'm going to find it bizarre if Amorim has a bad start and he's allowed to recruit. The thing is, it's like, if he recruits his players, has a bad start and they fire him, it's just like, why did you invest this money if you weren't going to give him time? And I guess the argument would be, well, he was bad at the end of last season. And then the argument becomes, well, you kind of knew to expect that based on how poor he was last year. But then if you don't back him, like, it basically comes down to, do the board believe in Amorim? If Amorim's your man, you back him. But if you don't back him, then he's always going to have this thing of, well, I wanted to sign these players and the board didn't kind of sign the players I wanted because I didn't have their full backing. I suppose the argument is, at least from what you can kind of see reported in terms of the transfers they're being linked with, like, there are clearly good players being linked with Manchester United who I think would actually be quite smart signing, so he is being backed. The problem is not Amorim, it's United. See, I don't disagree with that, but what I'm suggesting is the problem can be made worse by Amorim. Like, this is such an important summer for Manchester United. I mean, I'd argue that the problem was made worse by Amorim this year, but he gets the benefit of the doubt because he didn't really recruit players and he really stuck to a system that he believes in that the players didn't fit. And presumably next year, I say presumably because we don't really know because of the lack of money they've made through not having European football, he is going to be able to have more players that play his style of play. Oh my God. Wallace Berry is made of glass. I hate him. I mean, I don't hate him, but he does get injured all the time. Right, Mason, into the team you go. Right, Garcia. Rich. Oh, it's awful. Right, I need to beat Haiti for the national coefficient. That's what we need to do. The new hierarchy basically is that they're not looking for players that are too confined to one style, and they want players to play across a range of positions like Mazraoui, Dorgu. See, I do buy into that. I think that's why they're looking at players like Mbuemo and Cunha, who honestly can play anywhere across like the front line, kind of as a winger. I say a winger, I mean like on either wing, through the middle as a striker, or at like a number 10 position if needed. But at the same time, it's like, if you get too many generalists, do you lack specialists, you know? Oh, okay. Well, we scored, but it was offside. I feel like Haiti we should be beating here. They're way ahead of us in the FIFA rankings. Like, this friendly was basically organised to try and boost the rankings. By the way, Jack, 2026 calendar's out right now. Are we discussing, is that the F1 calendar? I did have a look at it earlier. I had a glance. Is there 2 Spanish Grand Prix? I saw the Madrid one in the summer. I didn't then look for Barcelona as well, but now you mentioned it, I did see it. Oh, I saw that Monaco's like on the 7th of June, which seemed later. I almost feel like the reason United are going for generalists isn't because it's what Amorim wants. It's because they're not fully convinced that he can make his current, like his idealistic style of play work. That is awful from them. Richard, you have to score. Oh, my word. Okay, that's a finish. That'll work. That will work. Has Imola gone? I'll be honest, I had a glance at the calendar, saw certain days, but I didn't really look at any of the comments or anything about it. If I was Amorim, who would I sign? Well, Gyökeres. I think that's obvious. If you're a manager and you have the choice between Osimhen, who, by all accounts, you know, a bit of a loose cannon. You're trying to weed out some of the looser cannons in the team, players that you'd view as disruptions, and you've got someone like Victor Osimhen who has had troubles through his career. Now, whether or not they're his fault, that's kind of irrespective, but that's always going to linger in the back of your mind. Or you can sign someone like Gyökeres, who you literally managed during one of his most fruitful seasons ever. Like, you know what to expect of him. You know he can work in how you want to play. You know, he'll take minimal coaching to be able to adapt to your style of play. Like, why would you ever consider that? There's not even a debate to be had there. The only debate would be the finances. But if we're taking finance out of the equation, it's just the 2 players on paper, like, you'd never take Osimhen. You just wouldn't. How do I stop my youth level being stuck on the planning stage? Hit continue lots? I actually don't know. That's offside. That is offside. Okay, we're chilling. And Gyökeres obviously played for Coventry. I don't know if you look at that as a positive. I guess you give you as he's played in England. I know he played obviously prior to Cov elsewhere, but like he really played the majority of his senior men's first team football when he was in England at Coventry. Any chance of a return at the Streamer Showdown? That is not my thing to bring back. I'd love it to come back. I'm not the person to ask about it. I do wonder what Manchester United are going to do at the goalkeeping position. I can't remember his name. What's the Turkish goalie's name? Like, because there was a point where I thought he'd be given way more opportunities when Onana started to fuck up, but that didn't really happen as much as I thought it would. I was expecting like a full-blown... I know he did get rotated in and out. But he had one game in the Cup like last year where everyone was really high on him. And then I've watched him this year and I've not been wowed. What game was it last season in the Cup? I say last year, I mean like the season before the one that's just finished. I know we've technically just finished a season. I feel like there was one Cup game where he was amazing. Was it Arsenal? Was it this year, the game against Arsenal? I'll be honest, chat, my year has been mad this year. All the years kind of blur into one. Oh, it was Arsenal this year, wasn't it? Was it 1-1 at the Emirates? I watched that game while I was in Singapore, I think. It was like the middle of the night, so I was kind of delirious. So that is my excuse. Thing is, it's like... I don't even know with United. Issues you look at, but I don't know how they solve it. Because I think they've got to sell players on to fund moves to make enough changes needed. But no, like the stock in their players is just so astronomically low. I think it's going to be interesting, right? You've got Jim Ratcliffe talking about, the club has no money. The club would be bust in months if I hadn't come in and saved the day. If they suddenly find the means by which to sign a load of players without moving players on, it is going to raise some question marks, isn't it? Pope or Trafford might be all right. I heard that Traff is going to Newcastle. I can't remember where I read that. I don't know if there was any credence to that. I actually very highly rate Trafford. I think he will be England's next number one. And I'm not saying that because he watches my YouTube videos occasionally. But he does watch them occasionally. So I'll get, if he becomes a manager in 30 years, I'm going to claim I influenced his career somehow. Should I just text him and ask, chat? Are you going to Manchester United? Does City not have a buyback in his contract with Burnley? I don't know. My mate hates Trafford and FM. Shall I let him know that as well? I feel kind of bad for Trafford because I think he was spent how much he was on loan at Bolton in League One and then Burnley spent was it 20 million on him from City? And Burnley's team was woeful under company anyway, and to stick a lad who's a young goalkeeper by all accounts for a goalie into that team. I know Muric then kind of stepped up and played a lot more. You're almost set up to fail in a weird way. And he did have the odd mistake here and there, but if you're on a stronger team, people don't really remember the mistakes as much because you'll still get results in those odd games where you make mistakes. Obviously, he's had a crazy year in the Championship, unbelievable stat-wise. I do think he could make the step up and be good. Also, we don't do net free and flea against Haiti, chat. Not in the FIFA World Ranking games. This is serious business. That is an awful foul. Yeah, Wooster, by the way, hat-trick of offsides. I've not even acknowledged it. I've just realised these guys are so far ahead of me in the rankings. They are really... Oh, okay, you don't actually get as many subs as I thought. These guys are really far ahead of us in the rankings. I don't know if this is worth much because it's only a friendly. Just cancel the changes. Cliff taught Wooster, well, true. Can I show my camera settings? It's TV camera with the lowest height and max zoom. And for replays, it's sideline camera with the lowest height and max zoom. The buyback is 43 mil. I'm trying to think if Trafford is classified as homegrown at City. I don't know if he would... I'm trying to remember. Is that offside again? Sorry, has he had 4 offsides in a game? He's had 4 offsides. Wooster, mate, learn that... To be fair, that one was on. But learn the rules, son. How do you have 4 offside goals in a game? I know that Traff used to live in Cumbria. I think he's from Cockermouth originally. I only know that because I have some friends from that part of the world. And as a child, I thought the place being called Cockermouth was funny because it's like cock in mouth. Yeah, I was an immature child. What of it? But I know he has been at City a while. That did deflect, and I don't know why he's celebrating that. Wooster's going for Cliff Garcia's record. True. Jack, I got my first order from Surprise Shirts from my new FM, so I've got a third shirt from Kristiansund BK in Norway. Did they used to have a crazy centre-back wonderkid in an FM a year or two ago who was really good? I'm trying to remember what the name of the guy was. I feel like Kristiansund used to have a really good Norwegian centre-back. And I can't remember who it would have been. I don't know if they're even still good in this year's FM. Also, we're battering 80. We're massive. Goal difference doesn't matter, sadly, for the FIFA rankings. I don't rate Edison too well, especially his shot stopping. I think the only decent thing Edison can do is kick a ball. To be fair, he's better than Rasmus Højlund at that. Got him. Got him. Pwned. Yes, I'm 12. I would quite like to keep the clean sheet against Haiti. We've got the Gambia next, by the way. Can someone explain to me, why is Gambia allowed to put the in front of their name? It makes them seem like the boss in a video game. The Gambia. I don't know. Sounds like a wrestling move. How long's Berry out for? A tight calf after chasing a ball. Bloody hell. Okay, Cliff will be fine. We've got the Gambia in 3 days. This is the stream where Jack loses all United fans. Like, I have empathy for Manchester United fans, if I'm being honest. There's like a point at which it's not funny anymore. You know, I look at their suffering and I think, I just feel so... Just kidding, it's funny as fuck, innit? Okay, sorry. I should remind myself, Manchester United are the most managed team in Football Manager every year. And I do plan on doing my FM26 save with them. So maybe I shouldn't. Gibraltar have confirmed that the attendance for the match against Haiti is the record high for the club, but we're a nation. I don't understand it. Young T-Tail, mate, thank you for the gifted sub. And also, MT Games, dude, I missed your sub earlier. Key player, YouTube channel member, 11 months of membership. I'm feeling much better. Dude, I'm so sorry I missed that. I hope you're still here to hear my thanks. I appreciate it. Also, Young T-Tail gifted a sub to Little Timmy Savile. Tell you what, that's a trap, isn't it? That is a trap. Fortunes go up and down. Look at Liverpool 15 years ago. What are you talking about? I loved watching Jay Spearing in the midfield. To be fair, he's still at the club as a kind of youth coach now. I still love him. But he does represent a dark era. Is Juan running down his contract? Juan, why? Sorry, what's happened here, mate? You're not meant to be leaving. Did I just decide I was going to release him and I forgot about it? I think I did. He's actually not very good, is he? Is he homegrown? Oh, he gets Gibraltarian nationality in 96 days. Don't leave. Please don't leave. I need a goalie. Also, did I miss the next gen list? Oh, my word, I did. Lock in, Jack. Lock in. You always seem to miss the YouTube memberships. It's because I don't have audio alerts for them, so I have to actually manually see them. I will say, YouTube watchers, when I miss the alerts, please spam the chat like mental. Tell me I'm an awful human being. Do we reckon any of these guys are good? There's always Mexicans near the top. Doesn't want to join me. I could have known that. Hernandez. I mean, he's on £400 a week, but my scouts don't rate him. Lille. Oh, he's good, isn't he? He is. He doesn't want to join me. No one wants to join me. Oh, Cisse. I'm fine. Whenever I see Spanish players, I'm like, what's their release clauses? You know, sometimes they're like really low, aren't they? Because it's tied to their contract. Jack, I've lost my socks. Have you seen them kicking around anywhere? I haven't. I'm sorry. I feel like there's a trick question there or something going on, and it's just gone over my head. Wow, he's good. Oh my word. Chat, is he the boy? Is he the boy? He wants to join me. He has a release clause. He is the boy. Moises Vladavsky. That is a traditional Chilean name, if you're wondering. I feel like that looks Polish to me. Vlad. It's not even Vlad, is it? It's, how do you say that? Verdowski. Mike Saval. I don't even know. It's like, was he from Monsters Inc? Is that a Polish name? Oh, it's Chilean-like Polish, and I've just never known. He looks wild, doesn't he? Very ambitious personality with 15 determination. Get him in! This guy doesn't want to join me. He's quite good too. You could say he's a Swiss Army knife. No, actually, he only plays one position. Never mind. I'll tell you what, we might have found our boy there. Oh, chat. We looked at that man before, actually. Matt Whittles. He plays for City. It is a Polish last name. Interesting. A lot of these players I've already looked at. Oh, check him out. Get it? Because he's from the Czech Republic. I don't know if he's that good. We'll get the scout report. Even if this guy doesn't have potential, his current ability makes him better than my current strikers. Like, his attributes are wild. He's not got a mental below 8. He's not got a physical below 11. And if we ignore the kind of mentals not that important to a striker, like his lowest mental's 12 and he's got 11 jumping reach. Everything else is 13 or higher. He's way better than Bostock. Like, it's not even close. Not as good as Cliff. Facts. I can't argue with that. See, I've got a lot of these guys scouted. Someone new to this save, what have I missed? Well, firstly, there is YouTube seasonal recaps on my YouTube channel. So if you want a long old binge watch of all the seasons, each season is condensed into like an hour and a half. But the first few seasons are all merged together. We've made it. We've won everything we can in Gibraltar. The furthest we've made it in the Champions League is the second knockout round. Chat, does his positions that he can play upset anyone else? I can't afford him. He can play left mid, but he has no concept of right mid. But he can play right attacking mid and has no concept of left attacking mid. Am I getting worried yet for the lack of FM26 news? No, not at all. Not at all. This guy's not bad. Someone to join me. I did a long Twitter thread about why you really don't need to be worried about no FM news right now. Anyone who's discussing lack of FM news, like there's some cataclysmic, I can't say the word, some end of the world event happening, like, please don't get drawn up into it. J. Cruz. He's not that good. Cataclysmic. Still doesn't sound right. He's not good. Words are hard. Iranians. We love Iranians. He wants a lot of money. But he is 17 with 2 caps and those mentals. I think he's quite good. He does play for Tractor. That is an enemy of our other save game team, but we have to sign him. But yeah, there is literally no reason to worry about Football Manager and the lack of news and read anything from that. This guy's... I say he's not bad. His current ability is really good. But he's not exactly a spring chicken. he's not bad. Doesn't want to join me. Sad. Puskas Academy does want to join me. I don't think he's that good. I'm underwhelmed by the next gen list this year. Hey, Boggy, it is good to be back streaming. Hey, Glenn, I'm glad you're enjoying the Wanderer save. Did people see the thread that I put out on Twitter? Shall I dig up the thread and we can discuss it real quick? It was a little while ago, so I don't know if I can find it quickly. I'll have a look and see if I can find it. Because there's stuff to talk about with it that we should probably... that maybe people will be interested in. I don't know if this will work, chat, because I've not hit the buttons recently. Boom. Oh, there we go. It worked. So I've seen so many people discussing stuff like this. Why is Why is there no FM26 news? Why is there news? Tell us what's going on. A roadmap, a teaser. Can I tell you now, if they give me another fucking roadmap, I'm going to throw myself into the road. No more roadmaps. I beg. So basically, when you're releasing a revolutionary version of a game in an engine, the initial reveal is huge. That is true. And that is the big thing that I think they fucked up with FM25. They had nothing to show because the game clearly wasn't ready in retrospect. You want to blow people away, and drip feeding them little news doesn't do that. They removes the initial hype, and they really fucked... Yeah, they did fuck up with the FM25 reveal, where they showed us 4 screenshots and went, here's our new game and a new engine. And we're all sat there thinking, we're 3D. Especially because the year before, they'd actually shown the match engine in the initial reveal screenshots. It felt like they were hiding something. When doing the first drop of info, you want to make sure there's a call to action. So I can't express this enough. If you're marketing a product, you want there to be, especially when people know it's coming. So this is a bit different to the announcement of a game. If you're announcing like a game like the next Elder Scrolls game, 7 years ahead of it ever being near ready, like you kind of want people to be aware of it. But at this point, we know there is a Football Manager coming, right? When you market a product and you release your first trailer, and I think with this game they have to lead with gameplay, you absolutely have to have a call to action. If you spend loads of money on a worldwide reveal and pre-orders aren't live, or at least wish listing isn't live, like there's almost no point in it. You want people to get caught up in the hype, and I'm speaking strictly with a marketing hat on here. This is how marketeers will think. We want to be able to convert hype into revenue. If you go, here's our game, here's the new engine, look how great it is. By the way, pre-orders aren't going to be open for a while, and the game isn't even on Steam to wishlist yet. Like, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And there's no point either, because basically you shoot your shot immediately. If you overhype it when there's nothing to happen, you're never going to get that initial wave of hype again. Like, the best thing that they could do for Football Manager right now is literally not say anything until the end of July, start of August, and then go, here's the game. Here's a 30-minute gameplay reveal where we're going to show you the match engine, a full match in full. We're going to show you how the new interface works. The brand new, I'd love to say, brand new manager, creator, where you can make your manager look even better than ever before. We're going to run through all the screens and a transfer window and stuff, and actually just show the game raw and unedited. Because at the moment there is so much skepticism towards whatever they show. People are going to be like, is it doctored screenshots? Is it even real? And often, especially when you see new user interface, like seeing screenshots of a screen, actually you can never really form an opinion off that. It's like how you interact with those screens, which actually makes like a fundamental difference. Also, the Owls, mate, thank you for 23 months for the Prime. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you, mate. That's very, very kind of you. The good faith they've earned over the years is gone now. I'll be honest, I think there's a lot of people who don't feel like that, even if you do, Glenn. And I feel like they've burnt a lot of bridges. I hate the fact they keep drumming on about transparency, but there's also a point at which transparency actually does you more damage than good. And if you're going on about being transparent and wanting to tell people what's going on and then you're not transparent, that means that the reality is worse than what you are willing to let on. What if the bosses tried seeing if they can mug people off and get away with but a combination of in-house and community dismay showed it wouldn't work? I'll tell you what probably happened, chat. Sports Interactive, obviously, they had the initial delay to the end of November, and they probably knew it was going to be cutting it fine, but no one wanted to have the conversation with Big Daddy Sega about the idea of a delay. It probably got to a point where they were pulling together resources for that initial reveal. If you can remember, they launched pre-orders with loads of new screenshots and then said there's a roadmap and the next update will be in a week. And then before that, the first update even came out, they announced the delay till March. What probably happened was they knew internally, like a week before that reveal, shit, this is never going to be ready for the end of November now. But you've already told your publisher that we're going to, launch pre-orders on this date, and pre-orders matter to publishers. Like, that is how they do a lot of the forecasting on their finances. And especially if you're dealing with a Japanese company like Sega, the communication kind of pipeline to get all the stakeholders aligned and try and ask for a delay takes time. And it probably got to a point where they're like, shit, the game's not ready to launch. We really don't want to launch pre-orders. But also, Sega have to greenlight the delay. And it got to a point where Sega hadn't greenlit the delay, and they maybe already sent out details to retailers on the pre-orders and like the live date. And it's very, very hard once you've sent all that stuff out to then take it back. And so what I guess happened was they knew the game wasn't going to release, but they had to launch pre-orders because they told Sega they were going to do it, and Sega hadn't said, yeah, you can just not launch them. Which then did make it look really, really bad when, like, a week later they cancelled pre-orders. And I do think that probably public sentiment probably solidified their argument to Sega. We can't launch the game in its current state. And then there's the Man City license. They ain't being renewed, and then it pops up in another management sim. That's not the case, Liquid. That's not what's happened. The Man City license thing is a weird, unique situation, chat, where Man City was clearly licensed for the 23-24 season, and then for the 24-25 season, Football Manager didn't negotiate it because they already had the Premier League license. And so they thought, well, we only need a one-year deal with Man City because we've got the Premier League license. And then the delay happened, and the deal that Football Manager negotiated with Man City of a one-year agreement because of the Premier League license was not applicable to the other game that Sega are launching, which is a mobile game that doesn't have an agreement with the Premier League. But anyway, the fact that we've not heard anything about FM26 doesn't mean anything about FM26 right now. We know there's a game coming, and I say this with kind of, there's a little bit, there's always going to be people who go, but do we know? Sega have announced in their annual report there is a Football Manager game releasing before Christmas. And I'll tell you now, it won't release in December because that is too close to Christmas. And if you need to do post-launch support at Christmas, doesn't work. And you want orders ahead of Christmas in. So we know there's a game happening now. Just a reminder, we're in June now. We've never had Football Manager news ever in June. And given the fact that presumably for FM26, it's all going to be the the 25-26 season licenses. There's probably very little they can actually legally show now of what's in game because all their licenses are now for next year's game anyway, and the season is currently running. And I get why it's frustrating, and people maybe have a right to feel like they're owed something. But like, there's nothing unusual about what's going on now. And the thing is, Football Manager could show stuff now and people would still approach it with so much skepticism and be like, well, can we trust them? Like, is it actually real? Like, there's literally no reason for them to put stuff out now, especially because interest right now is when it's at its lowest for Football Manager. And as I say here, big guess. There'll be a big reveal in July or early August. They will literally show it all and lead with the product itself. If you're moving your game to a new engine, the first thing you do is go, here is the game. How many trailers do you see, chat, where it's like in-engine gameplay trailer reveal? And like you lead with the game engine, this is what the game's going to look like. There'll be a big bombastic thing. They'll wait until the end of the Club World Cup, just so the new season has kind of ticked over. They can show stuff for the next season, aka the 25-26 season, which is the season the game will be on. Anything they show now is kind of not probably stuff they can show from a legal point of view anyway, because they don't hold licenses for this year for FM26. And also, if they release another roadmap, I will cry or throw myself into a road. So I kind of get why people are a bit like, oh, where's Football Manager? Do we need to be worried? Please don't worry. There's literally nothing weird about what's going on right now. And I can't stress that enough. I get this pessimism. I get the anxiousness, because ultimately, if you care enough to be worried about the next Football Manager and it being cancelled again, you are a really hardcore fan of the game. I'm just wondering if O'Higgins have any other good youngsters, but I think this guy's their only one. But there's no reason to panic. Right, Volodowski. Am I saying that right? No idea. He's asking for a lot of shit here. Oh, chat, do I just give him everything? I really don't want the club to be a stepping stone. I don't like it. Do I think they'll release a Football Manager without a year with a monthly or yearly subscription? No. If you want to get Football Manager playable on a subscription, just go buy Game Pass. They could never do Football Manager on a subscription without removing it from Game Pass, which has been a resounding success for them by all accounts. I get, based on the current price of Game Pass, like, there's no way you can competitively price Football Manager as a subscription without removing it from Game Pass, which would just kill a third of your sales. Because the reality is the console portion of FM now is bigger than the PC portion of FM. Am I just giving him everything here? I think it's good to miss a year and bring out a game that's worth it if it's worth the money instead of a half-done game. See, I don't disagree with that. No, like, as a consumer, I agree with that. But I also feel like when they made the promise of a new game, and I think the thing that annoys me a little bit is the fact that we were basically told before FM24 came out, hey, FM24 is going to be underbaked because FM25 is going to be this revolutionary game. I don't know if people can remember, there was a blog post FM put out like before FM24 came out, going back 2 years, but they basically talked about FM25 before they talked about anything to do with FM24. And they basically held up hands and said FM24 is going to be feature complete and the most complete version of Football Manager. Just don't expect a revolution because all our eggs are on the next game. So as much as they've missed a year this year, some would argue, and I actually think FM24 is a great game, so, you know, they kind of stuck to their word, but people would argue that actually it's kind of 2 years that we've not had a revolutionary Football Manager. I think I get rid of the release clause. If he turns it down, though, I'm going to cry. I'll make him penalty taker. I don't know if he's good at penalties. He's probably going to turn this down, isn't he? What more can I do? I'll improve the coaching team. Long-term aims are win a I can't promise him anything more. He really wanted a release clause. I mean, the good news is it's only March now. Chat, you have got to remind me to go in for this guy in like a month when he wants to speak to me again. He wanted the release clause, but I would never sign him with the release clause, chat. I'd never sign him with the release clause. What? Reza wants to be a star player. I mean, that just doesn't work. All the clauses that he was asking for that, I actually don't mind about minus the release clause. I will never sign a player on a release clause, especially if I'm signing them to be my star striker. Because you never want to be in a position where you're involuntarily losing your star striker mid-season. Have we had any dog updates today? No, we haven't. I actually don't have anything like pictures to show you, chat, right now of the new dog. But I did spend my weekend when I wasn't sleeping in bed building a dog pen in the kitchen. And there is now a camera pointing at the dog pen. I mean, it's not plugged in right now because the dog doesn't arrive for like 3 weeks. But I am going to explore the option of us having a dog cam, where you can press a button and then the dog appears on stream. What's the dog going to be called? It's not been revealed yet, chat. We'll save that for when the dog makes its debut. Hey, Matt. Welcome on in, Raiders. How are we? Matt, I hope you're doing well, buddy. You join us here. I mean, what a game to join for. It's Gibraltar v the Gambia. In a pre-season friendly. I've organised it against Gambia because their world ranking is 68th. And we are very slowly trying to move Gibraltar up the national rankings. So it's a you know what? You've joined for an absolute banger of a game. This might be the most second yellow card match ever, Gibraltar v the Gambia. But welcome on in. We're just discussing. I'm getting a dog at the end of the month, chat. That's what we're discussing for the Raiders. The dog does have a name. The dog name will be revealed on stream once he's here. Can I release a roadmap for the dog reveal? Please, no roadmaps. Please, I beg. Dazza, mate. 47 months. Appreciate the love, dude. I'm feeling much, much better. Who wants to see the old picture of the dog? Should we just show... Dog! Dog! I'm going to teach him from a young age the difference between an inside forward and an inverted winger. Because I feel like that's the kind of knowledge that kids at school are just not taught these days. I have built a pen for the dog this weekend. The dog's not here for weeks, by the way, Chad. But we've sectioned off an area of the kitchen now for him. Can I train him to play Regista? I'm working on it. Matt, we were just discussing the lack of FM26 news. Do you have any thoughts on the matter? My basic synopsis is, I don't get why everyone's getting in a tizzy. We've never had a Football Manager reveal in May, and it's only just now June. I don't have... Matt, do you have any thoughts? Like, is there going to be an FM26? I'm picking up a Labrador puppy next month. Apparently it's the time to get a dog. I don't think I could deal with a Labrador. Apparently I have Labrador and Google Retriever. Golden Retriever energy. What's a Google Retriever? I'm more wondering when the FM27 uses. You know what? Fair point. The thing is, right, with FM25, did anyone notice how they never called it Football Manager 2025? They always called it Football Manager 25 and dropped the 20. I see a world where they call it just Football Manager, the first edition of a new era. And then the next one is Football Manager 27. Like, they get rid of the 2020. Because I'm not being funny, Football Manager 30... What do you call it? 2030. Football Manager 2030. Chat, that game is 5 years away. When I first started making content, it was on Football Manager 2013. We are closer to Football Manager 2035 than we are when I started making content. I'm having a panic. Football Manager X. Oh, I like it. I like it. I think they should just call it... Maybe I should just name every different Football Manager after... I don't know. Name after what? A role. Football Manager Inside Forward 27. I had a real kind of panicked moment this week, chat. Towards the end of this year, we will be closer... Sorry. Towards the end of this year, the gap between Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare releasing, and the remaster will have been fewer days than the difference between, like, our current date and the remaster releasing. Does that make sense? I looked into it. We're only a few hundred days away from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare and then the Modern Warfare remaster being closer together than current day to the remaster, which personally I think means they can remaster Modern Warfare 1 again. Also, we're beating Gambia, but they might be about to score. Don't do it. Don't do it. Save it. Oh, he's off. We're going to beat Gambia. Come on! I should have celebrated the penalty more. I'll be honest, chap. Was there any highlights in that game? I was just chatting. I feel like there was no highlights in the first half, and then the second half just ended. Maybe they'd rename the game as Soccer Manager to sell more in the US. To be fair, the game used to be called Soccer Manager. Oh, look at that. One place. Come on. Come on. Come on. Look at that. Wait, we dropped down. When did we drop down? Did I watch the Black Ops 7 trailer? I didn't. I'll be honest, chat. My hype for Call of Duties has long died. I'll tell you what game I've been enjoying, chat. I was actually playing it while I was ill to keep sane. The Division. I went back and played loads of The Division 2. I actually bought the DLC they released last week for like $15. It might be the best $15, or I can't remember what it was in pounds. I just remember people talking about it being $15. It might be the best $15 I've ever spent on a video game. Like in a long time. Like legitimately was really, really good fun. Did SI mention it'll be called FM26? No. How have we dropped down the world rankings? I caused 2 upsets. I literally... Is that because people were playing in competitive games? Is that what's happened there? Because I was only playing in friendlies, I couldn't climb more. Because if I'm not mistaken, like, our score should have gone up there. Because we beat Haiti and the Gambia, who are in, like, the top 100. I don't know what our score was before, but Lithuania have gone ahead of me. Who did Lithuania beat? Oh, Kazakhstan in the Nations League relegation playoff. So because they beat Kazakhstan in a relegation playoff, because it's not just a regular friendly, they get more points for it. Bullshit. Jack and chat, I found a pair of socks and I'm heading to Tesco. Anyone want anything? Mate, I would love some Higgity sausage rolls. Has anyone had like the Higgity, like, I say sausage rolls, actually their favourite ones that I enjoy, like the feta cheese rolls. I don't know if they still do them, but they used to be part of the Boots meal deal, which was my meal deal of choice in my old job before I did YouTube full time. And that was always my go-to snack. Oh my word. We've got mini clip next. We have mini clip in our next game. I bought Division 2 for £2.19. It's great. Yeah, if you've never played the Division 2, I don't know if it's still on sale. It was on sale for £3. Like, it's a game that has aged very well. It still looks phenomenal for a game that's like 6 years old. If you've never played the Division game, but you like kind of RPG games, you like your Destinies, you like your Looters, you like your Diablos, and you don't mind third-person shooters, like genuinely, I think for £3, it's probably the best value game that you could buy ever. Like, it's such a good game. Like, I think I've got over 600 hours in it. Even if you just play the story and hate the end game, I appreciate not everyone likes the end game of RPG games where it's bullet spongy and a bit slower and a lot of build optimization. Like, the actual game itself for £3 is like so good. Oh, and it's on Game Pass as well. I think it went on Game Pass last week. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Literally, like, if you've never played it, I'm not being paid by Ubisoft for this, but if Ubisoft do want to pay me to promote the Division 2, genuinely, it's on Game Pass. It's £3, I think, on Steam. Or it was, I think there was a platform where it was £3. Like, genuinely, I don't think you can get better value for money in a game. Play through it with a mate, just restoring civilization for extreme violence. I mean, I feel like that just sells it. Question, how come there's no competent football competition for Football Manager? Do you realise how good Football Manager is? Like, genuinely. Chat, one of the things that annoys me more than everything is when people go, Football Manager is lazy and Football Manager doesn't have competition and it needs competition. There are rivals to Football Manager out there. There is Soccer Manager. There is various other management games that have tried to compete. I think it should be a pretty good indicator that when EA Sports retract and cancel their management series because they openly admit they cannot compete with Football Manager. It's not through Football Manager not being good. Like, I think you really take for granted how good Football Manager is if you think a competitor would change much. Like, it has killed the opposition. It has absolutely destroyed it. Football Manager is built up on like 30 years of development. To develop a football management sim that has the same depth as Football Manager, you'd have to spend probably 5 to 7 years developing it from scratch. And the cost that would cost to then make it an annual game, like, I don't think you realise how good Football Manager is. Like, it's just, and how detailed Football Manager is, and how expensive it would be to create any kind of comparable product of Football Manager. Like, EA, one of the biggest publishers in the world, one of the most valuable tech companies, most valuable companies, stopped making a football management series because it could not compete with Football Manager and what they were doing, despite the fact they had their own game in FIFA, which they could leverage a lot of resources of. Like, you're asking for a game that doesn't have an engine like FIFA Manager had to build off to try and compete with Football Manager and make it a financially viable product. It will not happen. AI now makes a rival viable. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I think people don't realise, like, the limitations of AI. I see it so much. People go, AI can solve this. Just use AI. Doesn't work like that. In programming, in software development, it can only do so much. And I can only assume you have little to no concept of video game development and programming if you think AI will just solve everything. I'm afraid to say. I'm loading up mini clip for 8-Ball Pool chat. Like, don't get me wrong, maybe competition would push FM further, but this notion that somehow FM got to where it is through being lazy and not developing, like, they are... This idea that Football Manager needs competition. Football Manager doesn't have any competition, yet they're choosing to rewrite their entire game in a new engine because they've hit the ceiling of what can be achieved with their current engine and their own internal tools. They're now using Unity. By the very definition of software development, moving everything into a brand new engine is literally the most ambitious thing you can do. I was a beta tester for MSI from 2009, 2011. I don't think that doesn't give your opinion any value, I'm afraid to say. I worked full-time at Football Manager. I don't think that means that everything I say about it's correct. But in this instance, like, being a tester for something versus programming and actively working on it is such a monumentally different thing. Like, the idea that Football Manager's just been lazy when they're literally moving everything into a new engine. Like, I just think you're... I don't know if it's a disingenuous argument or you're just spectacularly, like, just naive. And I don't mean that to be rude, but I realise it does sound incredibly rude, so I apologise. But, like, that is just the reality of it. Right, we've got mini clip to play, chat. Where's 8-Ball Pool? How do I play 8-Ball Pool? For people who don't know, Mons Calpe, their name abbreviates to look a little bit like mini clip. So I have to play 8-Ball Pool on stream. Whenever we play them. What will happen first? Me winning a game or the team winning a match? Are you ready, chat? Lock in, everyone. Lock in. Oh, I'm breaking. Oh, I'm breaking. I never have a good break. We'll go there. That felt good. Is yellow going in? Oh, it is. There's not really anything on here. Can I catch that fire? Oh, I meant to do that. Did you see that, chat? Did you see? That was skill. I've potted 2 of his balls there. That takes real talent. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's still my go. What do I do here? Panic? I'm going to get one in. Believe. I've literally nearly potted his ball again. Neither Sega nor their Sports Interactive division are a AAA publisher in Sega's case anymore. I don't disagree with... I don't agree with that. I'm afraid to say. Migraine Engines means rebuilding everything. They're porting a lot of their stuff. Like the in-game logic is not being rebuilt in the new engine. Like, there's been some really interesting talks done at different game development conventions regarding their work with Unity. Like, a lot of the in-game logic is not changing. But, chat, I meant to do that. Oh my, did you see that? Some people say it was luck, and they're probably correct, but I'm going to claim. Right, I need to use my tool. Sega is a massive publisher. Oh, I fucked it. I fucked it. I fucked it. I fucked it. I'm an idiot. That's a disaster. Finally finished setting up my computer to stream. Gonna start streaming FM24 tomorrow. But can't at the moment because I've broken it. 8 tips as I've never streamed properly before. Stream as if there's always people watching. That might sound stupid, but when people are looking for people to find and watch the stream, they are like flicking through TV channels. Even if you don't think anyone's watching, you've got a matter of, seconds to basically create a first opinion on people watching you. I've lost this game, chat. And you need to be entertaining. Like, if I'm channel flicking, I'm never going to write in the chat and get to that stage if, I tune in, it's just silence for 5 seconds. Jack, you're losing the Mons Calpe game. Are you really going to make me check? Why would you do that? I'm so bad, chat. Chat, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I've worked for a few years in game news and with game devs. Sega lost its standing over the last 20 years. They're a single A publisher now. I worked for Sega. I know the budgets they've spent on their marketing and publishing of games is definitely AAA. Pain. Absolute pain. Oh, right. We need one more goal to flee. Net free and flee. This is in the league as well. We've actually already won the league. I just wanted to play 8-ball pool. I didn't win though, chat. I'm sorry. Okay, now we can leave. Now we can leave. Pramod, mate, thank you for the 5 gifted, mate. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you, dude. Appreciate all the long-term support. AAA, AA, and A are just classifications of sales figures. No, it's more to do with the budgets of the games themselves rather than sale figures. I can tell you now, games like Persona have sold very, very large amounts. I appreciate if you live in the West, you don't perhaps realise how big some of their games sell in other parts of the world. I reckon there's people too young to remember Miniclip back in the day. Definitely true. Like, I'm not going to say that Sega are as big as EA or Ubisoft. But in terms of the budgets they spend on the games and the sale figures they do for games globally, they're AAA. Yeah. You got the Yakuza games. Obviously, they've pivoted Yakuza now, right, to be more of a what's they called, like a dragon? Are they just call it like a dragon? I'm not trying to disregard Sega as the giants they are. They just don't have the infinite budgets, just massive ones. I mean, Sega. I disagree again. Sega is people don't realize this. Sega is actually not a games development a game publisher exclusively. Sega Sammy is a massive corporation, but I don't think people realise how big it is. Like, the games division of Sega is actually the smallest of the three pillars. They have their own, like, pachinko and kind of more gambling-orientated side of the company, which is massive, alongside the games. And they also have resorts. And actually, the games portion is the smallest of the three. But it's still massive. They are AAA. I'm not saying they're as big as other companies. They are definitely AAA, my friend. Slime Soccer. I'd forgotten that Slime Soccer was a thing. Take me back. Sega are definitely not a AA or single A publisher in terms of the money they spend publishing games and the numbers that certain titles of theirs do. It's fair enough if you don't think they're as big as other ones, but they are definitely AAA. Jet, did you know you can still play Line Rider? I didn't. There's so many players getting contract offers for it. I'm always panicking, like, did I intentionally not renew this person's contract? Did I miss a hydrate? I need a hydrate. Agree to disagree there. It doesn't change the base argument. Migrating engines cost a lot of time and money. I mean, I don't think anyone was disputing that. So thank you for the hydrate, whoever redeemed it. But Football Manager isn't completely moving engines. They're essentially using Unity as a framework. Like, the underlying game logic and game world simulation of Football Manager is not changing with the engine change. They are not rewriting the game from scratch. The framework in which it's kind of framed within is changing. But the underlying code from the majority of the game world simulation is not updating. If people think that the moving of game engines is suddenly going to, like, radically change, like, game logic and player unhappiness and nonsensical promises, you're going to be disappointed. Right, we got Europa in the Football League. I mean, we've already won the league, haven't we? Actually, have we? If we win this next game, we win the league. Like, don't get me wrong. Football, I'm completely aware that moving your game into a new engine takes time, but they're not rewriting the game from scratch. And also, they've been working on it for over 5 years. Like, Football Manager's progress towards getting the game running in Unity is now, at this point, they've been working on it for like 5+ years. If I was going to guess as to what happened with FM25 chat, and this is purely a guess, they probably pulled together the game at the end, and only when they pulled it all together and put it in engine did they realise how many issues there were. Like, when you're working in software development, you can work in like on stuff in isolation, but you actually don't realise all the glaring issues until it's all there and usable. Like, if something like the UI is a bit behind, then until that is caught up on and done, you might then not find the other issues that exist. And suddenly your total bug count can climb up radically and very, very quickly. I remember once working, when I was working on the Total War games, we did a DLC for Warhammer 1, and it was a pre-order bonus, I think, for Warhammer 2. And the original thinking was that you'd pre-order... I can't remember exactly what it was. There was an issue we had with an integration where basically a faction was written for Warhammer 1, but on the premise it would also work for Warhammer 2, and then the Warhammer 2 code base changed so much that it had to be rewritten. Basically, the DLC had to be done again, but it wasn't apparent that was going to be an issue until months down the line. JB, dude, thank you for the $5 super chat. Good morning. Just got some good news about work. Spreading some good vibes. Been busy the last few weeks. My Bay picks did well in the season in the chat mode. Dude, I appreciate the love. I hope things are well with you. I've been a little bit ill last week, so you've probably not missed as much as you'd expect, but I appreciate you sharing the love, dude. That is so, so kind of you. My understanding is that there's never been a Unity game that is UI intensive as Football Manager, and Football Manager are actually specially working with Unity on certain aspects of the tools to basically... I think Unity are basically working on a whole new UI system that is going to roll out eventually, that is being built in conjunction with Football Manager. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's so experimental and maybe so ambitious that was kind of the underlying issue. The thing is, Football Manager can never go, yeah, Unity's fucked. They can't do that in their statements. They can't be seen to be blaming other stakeholders because legal stuff. It's 1-1. Are we washed? Are we washed? I think with the Warhammer stuff I was talking about, we actually branched off in two different directions, and then it just didn't work when it came to bringing them together. What advice would I give to someone who's thinking about starting to stream? Do it for the right reasons. Like, if you enjoy playing a game, you want to share your passion with that game, and you enjoy talking about that game, stream and enjoy it. If you're looking at streaming thinking, I want to do this as a full-time job, I want this to be a career, it just doesn't work like that. And it is a skill, and it's a skill that takes refinement. You can't be discouraged if people don't watch your first stream, or if you finish your first stream and think, I was shit at that. Like, it might sound a bit counterintuitive. The best case scenario when you first start streaming and you're figuring out your style and how you talk and, you know, developing the skill set of a streamer, you almost don't want anyone watching because people only get one first kind of impression. I get it a lot where people, it's less common now to be fair, probably because there's not been a new Football Manager in a while, but I get it where people message me saying, hey, I've released my first ever Football Manager video, can you share it? And I'm sat thinking, no. And you shouldn't want me to share that video because your first 50 videos as a YouTuber will be shite more often than not. And you need to be able to be self-critical and kind of able to improve and recognize what's working and what's not working and iterate on it. You don't want your first video shared by me because people who watch that video are never going to give you a second chance. And with streaming, it's not dissimilar. Like, with streaming, you've always got to be talking like there's people watching. Like, if your chat is blank or there's not people talking, sitting in silence isn't going to make people stick around who are kind of channel flicking and just browsing what's out there. That's a really nice goal, by the way. And so the three bits of advice I could tell anyone start streaming. Stream because you think you're going to enjoy it and it's kind of uniting your passion. When you are streaming, stream like there's always people watching, even if there's not, because that's how you get better, by getting used to talking to yourself, being able to create conversation out of nothing. And thirdly, be able to be critical of yourself. Like, the amount of times where someone will send me a link to a video or a stream where their audio quality is atrocious or their volume levels are completely out of whack, and I sit there and think, you've not even watched your own video or stream back. Like, this is stuff that you don't need me to tell you to know that it needs to be better. Like, this should be instantly recognizable. And it's crazy after one or two streams and watching bits of them back how quickly you'll be like, I can do this better, I can do that better. I think one of the most important things about being a content creator is the ability to be self-critical. Like, in a productive way. I'm not talking like a self-loathing way here, but in a way where you can recognize what works and what doesn't work. Audio quality matters more than anything. Don't worry about a face cam. Don't worry about getting £1 million camera or £1,000 camera. You can make a cheap £30 webcam look good with some semi-decent lighting. I think a face cam can help, but when you're starting out, just get used to talking to yourself. That is what streaming is a lot to begin with. I hope that's kind of productive. I hope that doesn't come across as discouraging to anyone who's thinking about streaming or content creation. I think there is just a maybe not a harsh reality, but like I'd rather not. I don't want to sell this idea that streaming's for everyone, for everything. Because the thing is, some people love the idea of streaming and they'll do it once or twice and they just think this isn't for me, and that's kind of fair enough. How do I deal with teams always lowballing my offers? I reject the offers. Kim's improving a lot, chat. Kim is looking like a little baller. If in doubt, dog cam works too. True. Chat, what was the name of the South American guy? It's only been 2 weeks, actually. Oh, we won the league again. Yay. We got the Rock Cup up next. Oh, wait, no, we haven't. We've got Man 62 in the league that's won. Well, instant result, that. Hey, Fabulous Spud, I appreciate the love. I'll be honest, I would have much rather have been streaming than being ill last week, but sometimes you've got to take care of yourself, right? I think at the end of last stream, chat, was it at the end of last stream where I said I wasn't feeling too great? I was feeling like a bit... Official terminology, by the way. I trusted chat spelling on a name. This guy. Oh, my scouts really, really like him. He's unhappy at his current club. Let's just try again. I talk to someone on the regular halfway to streaming. Absolutely. Okay, I can talk to him again, chat. Get rid of the stepping stone. Do I just tell him I'll play him as a pressing forward, even though I really don't want to? I guess we're doing that. Oh, my word, he wants a lot of money. Okay, chat, I think this is the kind of man that I just chuck stupid money at to get on a super long-term deal. What's my current highest earner on? 27. I think I'd just give him 25 grand. 25 grand for a 7-year deal. How does that sound? I'm definitely overpaying, but he's just worth it. Personally, I only want to start streaming because I've always enjoyed gaming and my son keeps pushing me to try. I've always wanted to do it. It just seems like fun. Exactly. That is the best approach to have to streaming. I think there's some people who will watch streamers that they like watching who are probably bigger than me, getting loads of subs and loads of donations, and they think, this is going to be a job for me. And like, if that is your starting motivation, like, it doesn't work like that. Stream because you enjoy it is a really nice way to share your passion. Kind of, if you're streaming a certain game, try and integrate yourself into the community of that game. You know, like try and like connect with streamers of a similar size, people who are doing similar content to you. You could learn off them, watch their streams. I think that's the best way to approach streaming. Have I overplayed? Have I overpaid for that guy, chat? Oh, this is the Rock Cup game. For some reason, I didn't think this was the Rock Cup game today. Oh, so I've got the Rock Cup, then I play Man 62 in the other cup. Okay. Right. Am I just sticking with this team? I think I am. I'm giving players like Lambert so much football now. I kind of want to give Antunes some minutes. Let's play him through the middle to give him game time. All I'm saying is, chat, would you rather have Lambert or... You know what? We're not going to have that conversation. We're not having that conversation right now. If you play younger players more than your older players, does that affect the squad dynamics? The age doesn't really matter. It's the squad status that matters. I don't even think that's a case of Lambert being bad. I think that's a case of the other guy being good. As a package deal for 14 million, I think they're a great pair. This say persuaded me to book Gibraltar with the missus a month back. It's finally coming up this weekend. Do I have any tips on things to do? Well, when I went to Gibraltar, I got married. So get married with your wife? I'm trying to think what I did in Gibraltar. Going up the hill is meant to be really good. Going up the rock, it's not a hill. The cable car when I went was closed. The only way to do it was with a taxi. I think if the cable car's open, you should do that. That's meant to be better. What I will say is, don't take bags up there with you. The monkeys will rob you. I might have to start streaming just to have an audience that will use my MFL referral link. I respect the hustle, Minty. Although I've seen your team this season, Minty. Your team is stacked. Also, we're losing. Do I need to panic? It'll be fine. I hope. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Right, encourage the players. Come on. Come on. What if I lose the Rock Cup again? Look at the average positions. Did you see that? They are camping. Imagine if I just got sacked immediately for losing the Rock Cup. But to be fair, probably justified. I mean, I've not got all the big guns on just yet, but I'll be honest, this is the bigger guns. I say that. No, it's not. I've played the children. I've rotated. I admit it. I've played children in this game. Random question. Do I still own doafootball.com? I've not touched the link in a while, but I think I do still own doafootball.com. Kios! Ah, that's been saved. Do I still own doafootball? I don't know where the link goes at the moment. doafootball.com. Oh, it just goes to my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's mine. For people who don't know, during the network game, Lelujo Kev would always say do a football. And I made it so doafootball.com was a link to my Football Manager pre-order link. So whenever he'd say do a football in the group chat, I'd just say .com. Great advertising. How do other teams cope with a homegrown quota? They just have loads of shit children on the bench, for the most part. Do a football should go straight to your MFL referral link. True, actually. I should update that. I'm well excited for the start of the new MFL season. And Tunes finished that. Okay, we're chilling. We're chilling. I just miss progression. I just miss waking up every morning and checking if my players have improved. Guys, help! This is the first message, by the way. I'm about to smash my laptop. I'm like 3 full days of playing into my journeyman. My idea was to get Messi and Ronaldo in my staff. Now I see Ronaldo has retired 6 months ago, but he's just out of the game. This can't be changed anymore. Does God exist? You know what, chat? I'm not qualified to answer that. So, chat. I feel like... Yeah, I'm afraid to say that your save's dead, son. We've been ahead in this game. I hope that's not a serious injury. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem for Juan. Personally, I would just sign the GOAT since he's not retired. Just get half the chat riled up. Chat, Messi or Ronaldo? Chat, we've never had this debate on stream before because it's the kind of conversation I detest. Messi or Ronaldo, go. It's a bit of a shame that Messi won a World Cup in it because it kind of killed the debate. I'm afraid to say. Cliff. I like that people write Cliff Garcia's name. What I find bizarre is the people who base their online identity on a footballer. Like, and it isn't just Messi and Ronaldo. There's people who attach themselves to like any player. I don't understand it. Am I just old? Hey, Natasha Dreaming, mate. Thank you for the Prime. I appreciate that. Nice to see you again. Chat, I'll be honest, I missed streaming so much last week. I really, really did miss it. It's nice to be back. CR7 is the greatest of all time and the numbers don't lie. But Messi has 7 Ballon d'Ors to Ronaldo's 5. So the numbers don't lie, right? I'm going fishing, chat. I'm going fishing. Reel it in. Reel it in. I hate the debate. We're only 2-1 up. Do I need to panic? Lambert. Oh, Lambert. What a player. What a player. I hate the Ballon d'Or debate, chat. Do you have to win the Champions League to win the Ballon d'Or? Give me a break. I'm going to bring in Valencia and Tuncara. Oh, Vasquez is... Oh, hold. I forgot you get less subs in this. Ah! That'll do. Young Tito, thank you for gifting us up to Lionel Messi. He's going to appreciate that. Thank you for the 10 gift. That's very, very kind of you. What's your MFL referral code? I need to get the link. Someone on YouTube's asked, and I don't have the link to hand. 1 second. The new MFL season starts right now, actually. Starts tomorrow. I think there's still late registrations, though, if you're keen. I'll put the link in the chat for the MFLers. I don't know if that kind of... Did that post in both chats? I think it worked. It did. We're chilling. Pele equals 0 Ballon d'Ors, worthless player. True. My 8-year-old and some other kids in his class have been discussing this issue. They looked at both players and came to the conclusion they were both very good at football. Your 8-year-old is more intelligent than about 80% of the people I see having this discussion online. Would you want to do Soccer Aid next year as it's coming up on Saturday? I can't say it's an aspirational end goal of my career. I don't think I've watched Soccer Aid in about 20 years either. That's right, chat. I hate charity. That just doesn't interest me. I remember watching the first few Soccer Aids and enjoying them, and then, I don't know, just started to loathe them. I don't know why. I wouldn't even say I loathed them, but just... You just kind of know what to expect. If you had the opportunity to play the Taskmaster football charity game... Oh, anything Taskmaster related, I'm in. Sideman charity match is way better. Facts. Pure facts. Juan's out for 3 weeks. We'll survive. We're into the Rock Cup final against Magpies or Lincoln. Jack, am I misremembering? Did you have am I misremembering? Did it have like a mini series showing training and stuff? Like Graham Taylor being one of the managers? I honestly couldn't tell you. I think we were about Soccer Grade Day. I think it did, but I can't remember. I haven't seen that team, no, Minty. God, I hope the new Football Badge is good, chat. Does anyone else think about that randomly? It just pops into my head every so often. Moises is here! Chat, I'm going to say it now. This is our first big boy transfer. He's 18 and he's that good. I'm giving him 100-fold wage increase. Oh my word. He's just different gravy, isn't he? Oh. Very ambitious personality. Consistent. I don't even care that he's got low teamwork. Like, low teamwork is kind of good on a player like this. I want him to be a greedy son of a bitch. Don't pass the ball. Also, look at this. We've got multiple players with 10 trading ratings, including, oh my word, JJ. It's not KSI, don't worry. Wow, is he good now? Lambert's improving a lot as well. Lambert's got to improve a lot now to catch up, is the issue for him. Is he part Polish? He's not, which I was confused about as well. That was the first thing I checked. Can I compare Moises and Jang? Let's do it. Let me just get Kim out of the team. Where's Jang? Right, chat. Who would you rather have? I mean, I would take them as a pair. As a package deal. Does training, praising training and scolding training actually do anything? Yes, it's really, really important to do. Is the answer. It boosts players' morale, which makes them play better in matches and train well. And I'll be honest, as a game mechanic, it's a bit shit because it just snowballs in a really, really good way very easily. Where you can literally praise the players every week and it is never a net negative. And because you're praising them, they train better, which then allows you to praise them more because they continue to train well. So yes, always praise your players. And morale has a big impact on the match engine, so just maxing out morale is always good. And it helps build up relationships with the players to be in their favoured personnel, which can help you when it comes to renewing contracts and having like conversations with them. So there's so many different reasons to do it. What are my thoughts on Spurs sacking Ange? We already talked about that in the stream today. I think it's fair enough. I think it's... This might... I don't know if this is a hot take. I think it's pretty inexcusable how poorly Spurs did in the league this year. I know they had issues with injuries, but so did everyone. And I don't think winning a competition, which with respect is almost a competition you'd expect a team like Spurs to be capable of winning, is the kind of silver bullet to solve that issue. Hey, Dunk, how's it going, dude? You good? Also, chat, I'm just simming the league games here because we've won the league. It's done. Got the Rock Cup in 10 days. We're chilling. Welcome to Passy Pasadena. Last time we checked, he was a free agent, but he's just not very good. Eke for Tangzu Boing. Mate, thank you for the 11. 11 months, almost a year, worth a bad pun. Which monster is the best at maths? Count Dracula. I used to like you, Eke for Tangzu Boing. Now I'm questioning everything. Reminding you, Prosmosis, you should bring someone in to settle him. Yeah, I know, but I can't do anything till he's actually here. I can't fulfill the promise till he joins me in 2 months. Fractured jaw on Lambert. Poor lad. Can I go back in with the centre-back on the next gen list? I actually don't think he's very good. Oh, chat, it's time. It's time for the Nations League draw. England aren't in the list. England were mistakenly written. Do I draw all teams or do we do automatically? Give me drama. Give me drama. Our coefficient spot isn't really moving right now. Our coefficient spot is so ingrained with Albania. I don't love that. The Andorra group would have been nice. Luxembourg, that's a freebie. Could we make it out of Group C? That's not bad. Albania are 82nd. Macedonia on 94th. And Luxembourg are 104th. I mean, they're all teams above us, which means we can definitely inflate our world ranking by beating them. Yeah, the other Gibraltar teams aren't performing in Europe at all, sadly. None of them have ever made it the group stages of a competition. There's no more Yank bankers at the moment. I need to go to the loo, chat. Can I trust you guys to manage the first half of a cup final, or is that too much of a risk? How would chat plays Football Manager work? I've watched chat plays, Twitch plays Pokemon. I feel like you guys would just start spamming pause. There'd be people spamming spacebar during every match, just so the game never gets played. People just like to ruin things for others on the internet. Yeah, you could just delete the save, just quit without saving. See, putting the striker in goal would be quite fun, but I feel like Twitch chat would be more disruptive than that. To be fair, chat, if the new Football Manager, right, is... if the new Football Manager is controller supported all the way through, which the Steam listing for FM25 did suggest, there would be controller support for the Steam release. You could actually make it work with controller inputs. Like, you could actually do Twitch Plays Football Manager. I don't know if that would be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. Wait, teams are trying to sign Lampo on a free. Hold on. He's awaiting paperwork for nationality. Has he got stuck on awaiting paperwork, do we think? Pain. It's controller for Steam Deck. I think the plan is that Football Manager will have a united UI for console and PC going forward. Football Manager's had this issue where they've started doing console releases of the games, which have been pretty bloody successful. Like, lots of people play the console version of Football Manager. But the issue is that when you have a completely separate UI for PC and for console, like the UI development team is split twofold. Whereas if you have a user interface that is used by both, a bit like F1 Manager did, to be fair, like, you get twice the resources to work on the user interface because you're no longer having to develop for multiple platforms simultaneously. So it can be a net benefit for the UI team. Now, obviously, there's the caveat of that could mean it's not optimized for keyboard and mouse, which would be something I would kick off about quite a lot because I think it's kind of important. Football Manager's UI experience, while stuff's scattered, like the usability is pretty good. But I don't know, we'll see. Like, the F1 Manager games work really well on controller and keyboard and mouse, so it can be done. And we won't see anything on the game until the end of July. Right, chat, I'm going to the toilet. Chat, you're all in charge. How does that sound? Don't let me down. I'm winning 1-0. It better be 3-0 when I'm back. What happened, chat? What happened? Why have we not done more? I left. I was forecast for a 4-0. We scored. Was the goal good? Was it a good goal, chat? I will judge you on this. That is one of the goals of all time, isn't it? Did I do number 1 or number 2? I did number 1, mate. If I did a number 2 that quickly, I'll be going to the hospital because there's something wrong. At least we're going to win the Rock Cup. Hopefully no dramas here. Then we're going to win the league, and then I can think about transfers for the end of the stream. Let's see what we can do. I'll tell you what, chat. I'm craving a pastry. Wok made some homemade potato and chicken, like, puff pastry things. It's like a chicken and potato curry pastry. I think it has a fancier name than that, but I'll just say what's in it. Homemade, absolutely gorgeous. I didn't realise how crap the food was I used to make at home and how, with respect to my mother, how bland her cooking was growing up until I married a foodie. Oh, to be honest, I lived with her before I married her. I kind of realised before we got married. I'm spoiled now. I think it's called, maybe it's a chicken curry puff. I think it's a Southeast Asian thing. Someone can tell me. I mean, it sounds really English when you describe it, but it's like a chicken curry potato thing. It has quite a lot of spice. It's very nice. It's very, very good. Also, free, net free and flea. Yeah, you know what? Cup final. Don't care. They probably score. We also put a bid in on Mbappe. Chat, imagine. That is what would happen. Twitch Plays Football Manager would just be sabotaged. Gibraltar celebrate famous treble. It's like the 10th treble in 13 years, but famous, sure. Inter have won the semi-final. Sesko. We lost to Inter, didn't we? If Inter win the Champions League, does that make me feel better about myself? Drago's very good, isn't he? I've seen some wild videos of what English food at Football Managers looks like. You all know cheese can be melted. It's too cold to melt cheese in this country. It turns back to a rigid form. I've got a lot of sell-ons here. Should we be selling on clauses? Let's have a look. I can get 2.18 million off AC Milan for Huyak. Should I be taking that? Huyak looks like he's good, but 2 million's tempting. The thing is, I don't really need £2 million, and it's a 50% sell-on. I think I hold. Marchessan, 300k. Shepherd, 300k. Bourget, 6 million. I'm selling that, surely. I sold him for 100k with a 50% sell-on, and I can sell it for 6.1 to sell. Let's get that gone. Sammy Fogden, it's just not worth selling. Not worth selling. You know what? I'm happy with that 6 million we've just made. Nothing else matters. I've got £84.5 million in the bank. I'm struggling to spend the money, aren't I? Casper Harvey's had a big offer from Norwich. This guy, I remember looking at him and he had crazy potential. He's not really improved. Is Shepherd still available on a free? I don't think... Was it a free? I don't think it was a free. I could be wrong. Where's the... Here it is. Harrison Shepherd. He's on loan at Hoffenheim. I have an option of 2 million on him. How is Anderson developing? I might need to play Anderson more regularly next year. Shows he's declined loads recently. What happened there? No idea. It'll be fine. Time to get another Lambert. Is that F? Everyone's writing F, but I can still see. YouTube, let me know when we're back. Lampo announced he's leaving and I've rage quit the stream. Are we back? We're back. Hello, YouTube. Did you miss me? I wasn't gone that long, I don't think. We're back. Twitch still isn't back, but oh, now Twitch is back. Hello, Twitch. Look, I'll be honest. Lampo announced he was leaving and I've rage quit. And I do hope that's an acceptable response. We streamed for 2 hours without an F chat. It was a good run. It was a good run. Lampo's leaving. I just feel sad. But he has been in the country long enough now to get nationality. If he gets his... Oh, what board request did I hit there? Leadership course. Wasn't meant to hit that. If he gets Gibraltarian nationality, it's worth it. Okay. That is not the most convincing of wins, but it will do. Have I got many players with contracts expiring this year? Or next year is probably a bigger concern. None of the players with contracts expiring next year are really a concern. Oh, great. He's starting the leadership course. That was an awkward misclick. We'll leave him a better man than when he arrived. Is Koss better than Doyle? I really like the jumping reach on fullbacks because of how prolific back post crosses are. They're both quite good. Also, JJ is still improving. Look at him go! Look at that. Oh, it's not as much as I thought it'd be. But he's only 20. Inter. Are they going to beat Liverpool at Anfield? No, they've bottled it. Oh, Wirtz! Wirtz confirmed! Football Manager knew first. Chat, what do we read from that? What does it mean? I should check. How much did they pay and what year? $2025-26. Hang on a minute. Chat. Is that not pretty much nailed on what's about to happen in real life? Oh, they signed him in January. Ruined. Absolutely ruined. They've got the year right, and the amount's pretty fucking close. Huh? Football Manager knows too much, chat. Granted, in this universe, Tottenham have won multiple Champions Leagues. They're not winning this one, though. He is not available. Right, last game of the year. I've got Kazakhstan. I've got Nations League football in the summer. Can't wait. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, chat. I don't think there's going to be a stream on Friday. We will be back immediately on Monday, though. But on Friday, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream. Because one of my friends decided to get married. How dare they? I'm at that age where there's just weddings like every month. There's someone I know getting married. I mean, I am also part of the problem. I feel like I've hit that next era in my life, you know? The wedding era. If you're in your 30s or late 20s, you can probably relate to this somewhat. Stream at the wedding. That could... I feel like Kevin getting shouted out might be a problem. The Smurf, mate, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome aboard. I appreciate the love. Just at the wedding and saying, Kevin! I'm not sure how that's going down. Oh, Kim got top goal scorer. Is he our most improved player this year? He might well be. I feel like he's improved so much. Let me just check. You know, sometimes you have confirmation bias. That development in 12 months is wild. He's only been at the club like less than 2 years. And he's only 20. I feel like that's pretty promising with his potential as well. Only 59 likes on YouTube. You fell off. True. True. Jack wearing his headphones in the wedding picture. Can you imagine? Oh, dear. Board set budgets. Wage budget of 850k. They've doubled it. I've got a lot of money again, chat. Is our reputation going to go up enough to sign people? Jack's redeemed to check out a player. Great name, Jack. Best North Korean player. Let's go have a look. North Korea. Key player, Jo Myung-ho. I mean, he's on an amateur deal. Can I sign him? I can't do it. He loves North Korea. Yeah, I don't know what to say. He's quite good. It's a solid haircut. Liberate him. You know what? I tried that with the North Korean goalie that time and it didn't work. I'm going to have to walk away, chat. I'm leaving him behind. I went to North Korea to chat with him and I've walked away. Interested in transfer. Oh, there's no one with like high numbers. Max Quelch Fools. Don't do it, Jack. Don't do it. Don't do it. He didn't look bad. John Langston, he's on £63,000 a week. He's very good. Just the wages are a problem. What happened to the Thai wonder kid from the few seasons ago? I think you're referring to the guy who now plays for I think he plays for Porto or Benfica. End of season review. We won everything. I kind of shocked that Kos got in the best signing category, but he did improve a lot, to be fair, at left back. Lambert, dash. The board did not give him a rating. Oh, I know why that's the case, though. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I thought it's because I was in Gibraltar manager mode. I feel like we've seen this all before. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing new here. Our broadcast revenue is down this year. I mean, that's because of Champions League stuff, but that's still very, very healthy. Now, of course, the Gibraltar TV deal has now existed for 2 years, and last year teams didn't really increase their spending. I'm wondering how much money the Gibraltarian teams have in the bank. That is what I'm wondering right now. Let's just go and tell the players for the 10th year in a row, we're going to win the league. That was good. Nothing else. They're all happy. They all stood up and clapped. Oh, my word. Have they added some new stuff here? Have they added new stuff? I'll just accept it. Sounds good. So I've got 80 million in the bank, but like Glasses have got 6 million, Lincoln have got 3.7, Lions have got 6.5. All the teams have money. Start spending the money, you Burks. Man 62. I mean, look at it. Spend the money that you've got, lads. Manager of the year. I feel like we've won that quite a bit. So the kind of pride that I feel in winning it has worn off. Also, has our stadium finished being expanded now? Oh, it has! I didn't even realise that was a thing. When did we move back to the Victoria Stadium? Should we ask them to make it bigger again? Why not? Make the ground bigger. What skin format do I use? I'm using the Work the Space skin. Yeah, a little old Google, it'll pop up. Who is our hot prospect right now? It's Miguel Vasquez. I don't know why I've said it like that. Miguel Vasquez sounds like he was on the... what was the team in Dodgeball called? The bad guys in the movie Dodgeball. Miguel Vasquez just sounds like they do that. I can't remember the name of the team. I've not watched Dodgeball as a movie in years. The Purple Cobras. He's a Purple Cobra. Thank you, Barg the Ogre. Barg the Ogre knows ball. Literally ball. Dodgeball. Hey Jack, still catch him on the VODs, but just finishing season 12. 7-year anniversary dinner tonight and going for an Italian. Think she'll moan if I catch up when there. I wouldn't risk it. Maybe go to the toilet and catch a little bit there. The Globo Chin Purple Cobras. I feel like it's an MFL team in the making. I really want Christopher Lille. I want Lille. He doesn't want to join me. He'd be so good. He would be so good. he would complete me. Like, on an emotional level, I know I'd feel happier in my own life with this guy playing for my team. I'd pay the 10 mil for him. Why does he want to be a squad player? Chat, how do I convince him? How do I convince him to join me to play right back? Oh yeah, I can bring a friend to help him settle. Why does he want to be a squad player? Is he dumb? When JJ leaves, you'll be a regular starter. What if I make him a squad player, but then give him playing time increases, since he wants to be a squad player and he's a moron? Wait, that's worked. Sorry, just I'm leaning forward it. We're just gonna have to give him a bit of money. And I am gonna need this to be a long-term deal. I'm doubled his wages there. I've done more than I need to do here. Look at Lille. He's a quality right back. It was like playing at right back at the end of this year. I'm trying to remember. It was Lemmer. Oh, chat. Oh, yeah. Lemmer, mate, you need to learn to play left back. He just really wanted to be a moron. We've got Moises joining us and this other bloke. Chat, are we getting good now? Are we? I think we're getting good. Remind me I need to sign players to make them happy. Who's this guy? Patrick Kalinowski. He's good. Oh, Lille does actually show up in the list alongside Enrico Martinelli. Don't know why I've looked at his profile there and thought to myself, I really fancy a spaghetti bolognese. Fancy a spank bol. I wish he wasn't injury prone. Whenever I see a Mexican player, I just think of Carlos Fierro. Anyone else, or is that just me? Renny Flores is available from Liverpool. I literally just sold him to them. I always have the interest set to dubious on interest. If I get to June with more players show up, maybe. But I'm also fearful if I go forward, there might be more competition for signings. Let's put... where are we? Wages. Where are wages? Chat, where's wages? Is it under general? It's surely under contract. I'm an idiot. There are certain things in Football Manager where you just have to know where they are, and I take for granted the fact I just know where they are. Lloydie, mate, thank you for 17 months of the Tier 1. That is so long, dude. I appreciate the love. Where was I 17 months ago, chat? What would I have been doing? What was I doing all those months ago? There's some very valuable players here that I should just scout, I guess. But whether or not value is a good judge of quality, is up for debate. Oh my word. There's a guy who's got Emirati nationality. That piques my interest. Are there any work permit rules in Gibraltar? Fortunately not. So we can go mental signing players. I think we just scout all of these. How does that sound? Scout all the children. Even the ones I've already scouted. Morales. Not that great. Is this guy part Polish? I'm just going to sign loads of people with Polish names. I used to live near Enfield. Lovely part of the world. Maybe I should wait for all the scout reports to come in. Some of these players have very, very high values, but I'm just not sure they're worth the risk. Although Ren always produce wonderkids. He's not that good. I think I just wait for scout reports to come in. I could look at media descriptions. Lil was showing up as a wonderkid, right? What the fuck? Wooster's out for 5 to 7 months. Oh, that fucks the national team. Lampo! Lampo! Please take up nationality, Lampo. Does Nkili want to play for Gibraltar yet? Pain. I guess Cliff's playing up top, chat. I guess Cliff is going to be back up top when we take on Kazakhstan in 3 weeks. I don't know if we'll get to that game today because I feel like I've got other stuff we've got to do. Insert column, general, media description. I don't know what I'm saying. I like that. I'm cringe. Also, saying cringe is cringe. Am I right? YOLO. W is before Y in the alphabet, Jack. Where are the wonderkids? That's wingers. Is there any even... Am I stupid? There's no wonderkids. There's no one for media description of wonderkid. What if I up the age? Where are the wonderkids? Ah, the one wonderkid is the one I'm signing. Good job, me. I've got the wage filter on, chat, just because otherwise I won't be able to sign the players. Should we just click on random players halfway down this list and see if they're any good? Magnus Peterson. That is not a name associated with Palestine. He is Swedish-Palestinian. But the name Magnus Peterson. I feel like the face gen has definitely lent into the Swedish side of things there for Magnus. Where's he playing? He's playing in Palestine. Respect. Respect to Magnus. I wanted to get a Nintendo Switch 2, chat, but Wok says I'm not allowed one because we're getting a dog and apparently I won't use it enough. Even though I literally have my Switch OLED charging right now. She said I'm not allowed. It made me sad. But she is correct. But still, I wanted a Switch. Who used to organise the Streamer Showdowns? Dr. Benji and Nerdphonic. Board have rejected the request to expand the stadium. Sad. UEFA Champions League FFP means you can't make a loss of more than £4 million. We've made a profit of £46 million. Once FM gets ported to Switch 2, you'll have to get one to review the port. True. True, actually. Oh, chat. Oh, yes. Christian Leal, welcome to the club, my friend. I'll tell you what, we've got Moises joining us and Leal. They are like two massive upgrades. Chilling. I think, Chunga Swift, you underestimate the amount of effort that went into Streamer Showdowns. Streamer Showdowns chat took so much of people's time. So one of the reasons it worked is because it was there was obviously a pandemic and a lockdown, so people were around a lot more. I can't express it enough. If you only watch the Streamer Showdowns, you have no idea like the amount of work that went on behind the scenes to pull it all together from people. And like, I think a lot of those people are kind of doing other stuff with their lives right now, which mean that the time dedication needed, especially to do it for a game that's as old as FM24 is, doesn't really make any sense. Okay, Marco's happy to stay. Good. I don't need to give him a new contract. He's improved a decent amount, by the way. Jang, I would love to extend the contract of, if he's interested. Oh, chat, he literally cost me less than £1.5 million. If I hit cancel, then go back in. Oh, it doesn't work because he's on loan. Brilliant. But if I hit continue, then it will work, right? I can now just go in again. Oh, I have to submit the same terms. Oh, why are you such wangs? Do I just give them the 30% profit and then buy them out on it? If I continue a few more days. His contract's up at the end of the calendar year, but I wouldn't mind spending $1 million to buy him now. Just continue for a day. It's not how it works, I don't think, with players that are in on loan. Now, whether or not it should be the same, I guess, is up for debate. Okay, there we go. 1.9. He's not going to want to talk to me, is he? Please want to talk to me. Why? Why? I'm in pain. My wife will never understand the heartbreak I'm feeling right now. There's actually some decent players here. I'll say that. He's not very good. Baldwin. I feel like I signed a Baldwin once in another save game and they weren't very good. Whether or not you can label all people with the same last name a flop. Anthony Meyer. Oh, no. I love the potential. Mercenary. Will we see King Postecoglou? Never say never, but I can't really sign anyone at the moment, so probably not right now. Looked at him before. He looked good. Ooh. Ooh. Why do I like him so much? Nah, he's not that good. He's not that. It's the technique. It's the technique that's, like, got me excited there. Barelli. He's not Italian, Jack. He's Mexican. I need players who can win it for me now. Did I not have a Baldwin at right back here, Apex? That is exactly where the name seems familiar. Imagine being in the European Championships. Cringe. Dragic claims Gibraltarian Overseas Player of the Year. There can't be that many Gibraltarians overseas. Don't listen to your wife. God, be careful writing that, Jamie. She might be in the chat. She's always lurking. Oh, why did my Discord ping? That was my Discord, not yours, chat. My streamer mode has not been working for Discord lately. I need to get that sorted. I don't know what's up with that. Can I go back in for the Chilean Polish guy? You mean the guy who's already joining us? Oh, he's so good. Do I have a favourite hex code? FFFFFF is very strong. Whitey, dude, how you doing? We'll have the new season kits for you tonight, mate. I appreciate that. I hope you're well, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How good's this guy? Not that good. I want more players. Can I sign Turnstile? Does he want to join me? No. I wonder why. Why have I got red warnings on defense? Oh, is it because of injury? Oh, yeah, it's because of injuries. Right, remove unavailable players. Right, where have I got gaps in the team now? I think our defensive coverage is okay. DMs. Even the DM's positions aren't that bad. Is our team that much weaker right now? Where's Cliff? Cliff! That's all right. It's a strong team. I guess actually I probably need someone who can play left back and someone who can play right back and maybe another defensive mid. Attacking options wise, we're golden. Oh, bring Grovesy back into the team. Bring Mace back. I love all these players that I'm being told should be dropped. Absolutely not. Valenzuela's injured. I need a left back and right back backup. That's what I need. The options aren't great. Excuse me. Bless me. Why is Delgado showing up there on midfielders is still ticked? My backup fullbacks are not very good, are they? Also, why does the list order keep changing whenever I click on people? That's annoying me. Who do I bring in? My staff are saying that Clark should be brought up. You know what? I trust my staff. Look at all these players listed. Oh, so Dragic is out injured. I'll tell you what, the injuries have kind of piled up, haven't they? Does Scanlon want to play for the national team yet? Scanlon would like to speak to you. Explain why he's unsure, huh? At least I get to chat with him. Currently not interested in percentage roles. I don't believe they have anywhere near a high enough reputation to attract me. However, I'm open to persuasion. This is new. Right, chat. How am I going to seduce him? You'd be able to play a significant role in helping us improve our reputation. I'm afraid I simply don't see that becoming a reality. You could be one of my key players. It's very encouraging to hear that from you. Is there anything further? I've said everything I can. It's all up to you now. Can I call him up now? I guess we're waiting. You know what? We'll go with a squad of 22. It's only Kazakhstan and was it Liechtenstein? I can't remember. Who is it? Oh, no, that's the youth team are playing those teams. Who are we playing? Have we got the same teams? Oh, we have. Oh, these are friendlies. These aren't even real matches. What are we doing here? Hey, Jack. Chat, just coming for the Journeyman save, mate. What a banger episode today. If you've not seen today's Journey Manager video, no spoilers in the chat if you have seen it. But to those that haven't seen it, please go watch it. It might be one of my favourite videos I've done this year. And if you've not been watching the Journey Manager save game, you are missing out. Genuinely think it's been some of my favourite content to make. Which I'm really pleased to be able to say, oh, Liverpool have just won the Champions League with Vert scoring in the final. Inject it. Get 7 million. We're chilling. We're rich. We are rich. We are chilling. Oh, Tunkara won goal of the tournament. Show me the goal. Show me the... Tunkara, goal of the Champions League. Can I just watch our goal? I don't want to watch the rest. Actually, you know what? Rate it in the chat. As these shots go in, I want a number between 1 and 10 on the bangometer. 4. Skip. Right, next. That was not a bagger. Why is that in the top 3? Okay, we've got Milan up against Real Madrid. Rafael, Timber. Oh, yeah, a 9. I'll give that a 9. I'm holding up a 9 on my scoreboard right now. Actual banger. In off the crossbar is bonus points. I think that might be better than Tunkara's goal here, but I could be wrong. Tunkara was so far out, though. I'm going to give that a 7. I think that was a 7. I think the other one was a 9. If I was Timber, I'd feel a bit robbed. Congratulations on the award. It's a bit of a weird thing to congratulate someone on. I can't imagine the manager being like, well done, you scored an absolute banger. Oh, more scouting complete. Any more goodies? La Fluente. Professional personality with 15 determination is really good. Not cheap, though, and his current ability is a long way off his PA. Volpe. Oh, injury prone, inconsistent. Never mind. I feel like I should judge the players more myself. I just read the numbers. Show me bright green and I get excited, you know? Oh, offers for Yoon Hwan. Now, Yoon Hwan has still not played for Korea. And he's eligible to play for Gibraltar in 1 more year. He's already agreed to a new deal. Reject them. The amount of players I've signed, I'm like, you have to stay here in case you want to play for Gibraltar. Kalinowski's good, isn't he? I feel like he hasn't improved as much this year. Is that a controversial take? Like, if I look at his development in the last 12 months, I mean, He's improved, but all time? I thought he'd improved by more than that. He's been at the club 3 years now. I'm just excited to see there's loads of players now joining us. Enna Mason has been granted permission to arrive late due to club commitments, has he? He's playing for DC United. Who does he think he is? Wayne Rooney? All right, where are Kazakhstan in the world rankings? Like, is this a game that can help us in the rankings? Oh, Kalinovsky has played for America. He got 3 goals on his debut. Okay, mate. Who's he played against there? Who's he just destroyed? How do we easily see who they've just put? Oh, here. Oh, Barbados. That doesn't count. They've realised he's good. Vicious Panda, mate. Thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you. Weather report. Imagine if you got weather reports before all the league games. Some people would want that feature in the game. Some people would say that adds to their enjoyment of Football Manager. I am not that guy. I never know how to feel about these kind of international friendlies. Obviously, I want to win. I guess we'll play Mason on the left, cutting in on his right foot, and then Zeffirino on the right, cutting in on his left. And then Richards through the middle. Richards actually isn't that good anymore. When I first joined, Richards was one of the star boys of the national team. I think I'm going to play Berry over him. I can't even... where is he? Richards. Yeah, Berry has to play over him in the middle. What a team that is, by the way. It's like a best of, innit? Just need a goalie. The fact that Wooster's injured for 7 months is suboptimal. I will say that now. Okay, let's get ready to rumble. I mentioned this in the Journey Manager videos. I think based on where you're playing in the world, there's different filters applied to the 3D match engine. See how, in this game here, it's a bit of a yellowy tinge. It might be to do with the time of day as well. I think it is. But in Iran, the LUTs, the lighting presets the game uses, look so much better than anywhere else I've ever managed. Also, Kazakhstan have just scored. Where are they in the world rankings? 132nd. This has got a bit of a piss tint to it, which I don't actually mind because it does feel like a sunset there at the end of a day. But when I've been managing in Iran, literally the match engine has never looked better. And it kind of blows my mind. I wonder if there's a way that you could find the LUT files, the lighting files, and just set them all to be the Iranian values. Genuinely, I think the game would look so much better for it. We are currently 150th in the world ranking, so we are, on paper, underdogs in this game. I'd quite like to beat them, though. As we learned in the last international break, friendlies aren't actually that kind of impactful on FIFA World Rankings. The UEFA kind of related games, like the Nations League and Championship qualifiers for the Euros. What a goal, Cliff Garcia. I have way more significance. Duru. I love him. Also, I'm hungry. I am hungry. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock already. It's 5 o'clock. How has that happened? I should have mentioned it, by the way. Tomorrow we will be live at 2 o'clock again. That is the go-to live time this week. No stream on Friday because I'm at a wedding. But we will be live tomorrow and Thursday. Oh, chat, I'm well excited to have a dog. Have I mentioned that? Have I mentioned the fact there's a puppy coming? I don't know if I have there for a goal. Don't ruin it. Let me have my good vibes moment talking about dog. Are you getting married? I've been married, Alex, for the past 4 months, mate. I'm already married, my friend. I don't think my wife would let me get married again. Will Thursday be an extra long stream as there's no stream on Friday? Probably not, because I'm going to have to do YouTube videos ahead of time because of the wedding. Have I decided on a name for the dog? Yes, but I'm not saying the dog on stream until the dog is here. I need to get the dog puppy train, toilet train, chat, but I'm sure if I get it to do its business a little bit, once it's in its routine, I can put it in the puppy sling and sit with him on stream for 5 minutes without him pissing in my lap, hopefully. That'll be the end goal for maybe the first 3 weeks. Am I about to lose? I don't want to watch it. Am I about to lose to Kazakhstan? Are Kazakhstan good at football? You hold a gun, somebody said, name a Kazakhstani footballer. This is how you hold a gun, by the way, chat. I'm proper gangster. I wouldn't be able to name one. I would be shot in the head. I mean, imagine if your life came down to naming a Kazakhstani footballer. You would have had to make some questionable life decisions to get to that point. How long till we get the puppy? End of the month. I mentioned it earlier, chat. Just that week when I have the dog for the first time, there might be some gaps in streams and I might have to kind of do shorter streams and be up and down a lot. I'm very, very keen with the puppy to make sure it's like going to the bathroom every hour on the hour until we figure out when the dog... We've given away penalty. Until we figured out when the dog likes to kind of go do its business. You know, let it find its routine, but... From all this resource I've been looking at, just take your puppy to the toilet every hour and just try and let him go. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I sit in the toilet and think, let's just see if anything's happening. Don't know if I do need it, but I just fancy a sit down. Let's make changes, by the way. We are missing, I fear here, our main goal scorer. In Worcester. He is our best striker by a mile. But I need to be able to take the puppy to the toilet every hour on the hour. We're fortunate in that I work from home and Wok works from home, so we can be pretty hands-on. But naturally, it might interfere with streaming just a little bit. But I will repay you in dog tax. How does that sound? That is an awful goal. I do not care. Grove scores. Could we get another? Imagine. I'm daring to dream. Come on. Oh, lads. Lads, it's Kazakhstan. That's how the phrase goes, right? Groves. I dropped him from the national team. I've brought him back and he's got 2 goals on off the bench. I'd like to apologise to this man. I'm sorry I removed you from the national team. I'm sorry. When there's not streams chat, I'll pay you back with dog tax of just pictures. I mean, the first goal was a bit of a deflected shot with the keeper's already on the floor. That one's just good. Andre the Giant wins the header. Why do I feel like they've got more going on here? Askarov. I don't like this because Nextov. They've got lots of obs in their team. Well, Bakarov, big fan of Aubameyang growing up, he was. Come on, Berry. Get your foot in, you cockwomble. All right, so all the Americans in the team, do you reckon they understand what I'm talking about half the time as an English person? Probably not. Oh, break. Berry. Cliff, go right. That's the ball. Maradona. He scores bangers, doesn't he? He does score bangers, that boy. Where's Maradona playing now? Great question. Phoenix. Loads of my players are playing in USL. He's playing in Louisville for a while. Groves plays at Tampa Bay Rowdies. They don't play for MLS. They're too hipster. They're just chilling in the USL. Oh, Maradona. Why did I click on his profile? The game knew I was talking about him and injured him. Oh, I was told that Andre the Giant should only play 45 minutes. Apologies to his owner. Sorry, I forgot. If we get a draw, is that good? I mean, because we were 3-1 down, it'd be very good. Wonder if USL will ever get added to Football Manager. It'd be fun if it did, but MLS strike me as the kind of brand partner that might be very restrictive on Football Manager's ability to add USL. Is that a fair assessment? Cliff, Lopez, please! Oh my words! Oh my word, we were 3-1 down! We were 3-1 down! All our goals have been scored by Americans. Make of that what you will. Just playing the Gibraltar national anthem. Do it again. Oh, low, but that's a loose ball, isn't it? Oh, shit. Oh, Faye. Please don't do anything stupid. How many of the players on my pitch right now are actually American? One second. Hernandez, are you American? Yep. Okay, so that's 1 American, 2 American, 3 American, 4. There's actually only 5 Americans on the pitch right now. But Berry's American, Maradona's American, Eda Mason was American, Bath was American. There's lots of Americans in Gibraltar. It's like a home away from home. I'd like to believe that that lots of American football fans would support Gibraltar because it's just like just full of Americans. We've scored again. We're massive. We are massive. They have bottled this here, haven't they, Kazakhstan, if we're being honest? They have bottled this. Even Al Hassan's getting in on the action. Granted, I think he was Cameroon. Were you Cameroonian? Was he Cameroonian? I'm trying to remember. Ghanaian, apologies to the people of Ghana. Well, the subs worked, everyone. What a win! Maradona, he'll get over it. Look at that. Groves on form. I'm a genius. Jack, you asked in your journeyman show, what's the best comeback you've had? This might be one of them. That was satisfying, wasn't it? That was satisfying. Oh, I really want to sign Jang. Have I mentioned that recently that I'd like to sign Jang? I don't know if I've mentioned it enough lately. Chat, new high world ranking, 149th. 149th. Look at us go. I think I took over like here. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but actually, when did I take over? This graph is awful, by the way. There's 2036 here and 2026 here. You just have to guess the years, I guess, in between. Oh, so the transfer window is about to open the day before we play Liechtenstein. Oh, what a day. We're chilling. I want to sign more players that are good with potential. Make it sound like that's a revolutionary strategy. Who's ready for some new signings? Because I definitely am. Oh, why is my game is glitching out there? The window is open. Oh! Oh, yes! Moises. What a player. Did I promise him he was going to have to play as a pressing forward, or did I get out of that? I did promise him he'd play as a pressing forward. I need to bring in a Argentinian and a Chilean. Right, 1 second. I would like a Chilean, please. There's lots of people valued at nothing here. I'll sign you. You'll do. Welcome Beltran to the club. And now we need an Argentinian who's a free agent. Someone's actually said, you know, could you have got an Argentinian who is also Chilean? Probably could have done. But I was not that big brain. I'll sign you. I hate that this is how Football Manager works, but it is also funny. Do people know what I'm about to do? I think we all know what I'm about to do. Oh, look at that. They're happy. The promises have been kept. Right, where are you? Castillo, fuck off. Beltran, fuck you off. There we are. I kept the promise. I signed them a friend. They can't tell me I didn't do what they asked me to do. That did it. Succeeded. Also, Christian Neal has dropped the promise of will become a regular starter if JJ leaves. Interesting. Right, what am I training Leal in here? Because he has to be a winger. I guess just technique. Like ball control, dribbling, first touch technique. He's so good. Oh, yeah, we should probably send the new kids on language courses. Good call, chat. Am I dropping Lemma from the team? Is that now the play? Also, Doyle or Koss? Who would you take, chat? That's the question. I do like the technicals of Koss, but I think I prefer Doyle for the aerial ability. I mean, Koss does have potential, that's true. Is Doyle still learning to play centre-back? Because I actually think Doyle as a backup centre-back is really, really good. Like, he could definitely play centre-back for me. I've got to play Vidalski as a pressing forward to begin with, which I don't love, but I've got to keep the promise. And the promise didn't get dropped, did it, when I... No, it didn't get dropped. That's a shame. I mean, on paper, it looks like a fun team. Koss and Leal are very, very good at getting up and down the pitch. Vidalski could end up playing right attacking mid. As far as pressing forwards go, though, he is insane. He's so good. He's 18. That is wild to me that he's 18. Like, he's so good. Are any of these blokes that we scouted any good? Show me some Bs. Okay, well, a B- doesn't quite cut it. Oh yeah, I do need to hire a new coach. I promised I'd sign a new coach to improve the coaching team. I love the fact that this year in Football Manager, they added set-piece coaches to the game, but then didn't really add actual set-piece coaches. I always end up making my manager a set-piece coach because good set-piece coaches literally don't exist. It's so silly. It's the most Football Manager thing ever, I guess, to add a new role to the game and then not, like, add it properly. I think my best bet is to try and sign this guy as a goalkeeping coach and just overpay for him as a set-piece coach and overpay for him so much that he'll join. Even then, he just wants to be a fitness coach. None of them ever want to be set-piece coaches. The set-piece coaches matter. In my testing, I found that it can make a big difference. This guy's actually an insane coach. Wow. I mean, I'll just make him a regular coach. I think he's that good. And he's from Aruba. He wants to be a head of youth development. Never mind. Who else is mad at set-piece coaching here? Smith Rowe. I didn't realise that Mill Smith Rowe was so good at set-piece coaching. Never mind. Possession tactical or defensive technical to improve. Which do I think? I'm tempted to go with defending technical. Let's get it sorted. Jack, dude, thank you for the prime. Do a backflip. Chat, do you want to see me die on stream? Because getting me to do a backflip is how I die on stream. Some people are now going to say yes, because they're mean people. Don't be that guy. My wife is one of the people who's written yes to that. Interesting. Note that down. Okay, I have overpaid as hell for this guy as a coach, but he looks like a wild defensive coach. He's only 41. Plays for Derby in real life. Any thoughts on Callum Elder, Derby fans? I mean, to be fair, he might not play for Derby anymore. Football Manager's a bit out of date now. He looks great. I like the fact that Wok is telling me to do a backflip. But I'm not allowed to get a Switch 2, chat. I'm fine. Man City want to bid on Kim. I mean, that just convinces me that Kim has mad potential. He's got a 7-year deal. We don't need to sell him. A backflip is free, true, but a trip to the A&E definitely. Groves I've brought in. Oh, there's F's in the chat. F. YouTube, let me know when we're back. YouTube comes back first. I'm going to break your hearts here. While you were gone, I did the backflip. I actually did the backflip while you were gone, chat. We're going to wait for Twitch to reconnect. I don't know why Twitch takes longer to reconnect. It makes no sense. Twitch, welcome back. You missed me do the backflip. I actually did a double backflip, chat. I think it overloaded the internet. So, I'm sorry that you missed it. But yeah, double backflip achieved. NHS is also free, right? Yeah, if you don't mind waiting a long time and not having the best of service. If Jack loses the next game, I'll release pictures he doesn't want me to. What does that mean? What pictures does Wok have? Okay, we have to beat Liechtenstein now. Just to check, Wok, it's not nudes, is it? I'll be honest, I don't want to shatter the illusion for the people who aren't married yet. At least in my married life, like nudes don't really work anymore. Like you get married and nudes are no longer exciting. It'll be pictures of me in the dog pen or something. Although recently, Wok and I have been playing Raft. We've been playing Raft, which has been as disastrous as you might imagine. It's very fun, though. I'd never played it before. To be clear, chat, I'm talking about my nudes, not my wife's. Like, I'm talking about my nudes specifically. Why are we talking about nudes? Chat just scored a serious own goal. IRL. Bail me out, chat. Oh, Tevin! We're back. We're discussing specifically pictures that I wouldn't want to see shared. I thought it was obvious. Devin Bath, you beautiful lad. Chat, how do I fill in this hole? Chat, help me. Help me, chat. Chat has done the opposite of wingman me here. Chat's got me in trouble. You have to make sexy content now, chat. There's no other way. Noted. Right. Zeffirino, get me another. Oh, heaven. How has that not gone in? Is this how Jack's OnlyFans starts? Apparently so. Work the OnlyFans. Coming soon. Right. I need to beat Liechtenstein. I don't know what these images are. Was it beat or just avoid defeat? Just so I know if I need to win or draw. I think it was at if I lose. I think we're okay. Do the chunk truffle shuffle to make up for it. Chat, what is the... Chat, so tell me, what is the chunk truffle shuffle? Because I'm an old man who doesn't speak TikTok. Oh, Cliff. Oh, he's tackled. Berry! Are we good now? Are we good now? It's from the Goonies. Yeah. I'm dating myself here. What's that on the bangometer? I'm saying 8. Jack, face it, you've lost this one and that's damage control. Not wrong. I feel like I fall perfectly into the bracket where the Goonies wasn't really a thing for me growing up, and yet I didn't have to live with TikTok. Who does Berry play for? Me. But he is about to be released. And he doesn't really actually play for me. He's just a hostage in the youth team. Cliff Garcia. I'm still upset the Wok wouldn't let me name the new dog after Cliff Garcia, chat. I tried. She said Cliff wasn't an appropriate name for a dog. And I think she's talking baloney, but she is my wife and I can't say that to her. And she's probably heard me say that now, and now I'm not getting food tonight. I did say Cliff, and she said, why Cliff? I said, footballer and footballer manager. She said, no. That was the conversation. Why couldn't we beat Kazakhstan this convincingly? Oh, Cliff, he's just stat padding. This is like when Harry Kane scores 6 against Andorra. At what point do we walk out? At what point do we walk out this Gibraltar national team game? Bath. Oh, Zeph? Where's Cliff? Cliff's in the middle. Where we go? Look at this. This is football. Okay, we've hit the woodwork there. Where the Space is now live in Streaming Football Manager. Last stream as a married man after insulting his wife. Watch to get more news. She'll forgive me, chat. I hope. We'll find out. Right. Groves, Zeffirino. How is it R5? I'm getting hungry. We'll wrap up the stream, I think, after this game, chat. After we see where we are in the FIFA World Rankings. Where's Zeph going? Where is Zeph? Blazes it over. She might divorce you and take the sticker book. Please, no! That sticker book is my pride and joy. Pen? No, okay, never mind. For anyone who's got a Switch 2, and there's probably not that many people who watch who have a Switch 2, is Mario Kart World as fun as it looks? I used to be an absolute fiend at Mario Kart Wii. Like, I used to just run time trials exclusively. You know, I was the Mac Bike Daisy user or Funky Kong. I can't remember what the other bike was called that you had to run Funky Kong on for time trials. I was an absolute fiend back in the day. Does World Ranking impact coefficient? No. The UEFA coefficient and FIFA World Rankings are completely separate. This won't be going in the YouTube video, no. I could say unhinged stuff when I know it's not in the YouTube video because this is just friendlies. I really want to play it. It looks very fun, Mario Kart World, and the old school Mario Kart player in me is craving. Right, Duru, where are we going? As a grown man, is it acceptable to ask your wife if for your birthday you can just have money towards a Switch like you're a 10-year-old? Like, is that acceptable? I'll start saving up. Mario Kart World is a lot of fun, very addictive, but not all the changes work. The open world stuff makes each track feel less individual. Gameplay's still great, though. Yeah, I don't really like the driving between tracks. I think in versus mode you can kind of work around that. No, you're going to get a dog. He needs money. Chat, turns out my plan to get a Switch hasn't worked. Are we going to win the World Cup now? Like, I'm not saying beating Liechtenstein 6-0 is the hallmark of quality, but all I'm saying is England can only beat Andorra 1-0. I reckon the dog will understand if I have a Switch too. I can play the Switch with the dog walk. We can teach our dog to play Mario Kart and then monetize him like a performative pageant child. I think this is a solid game plan. Chat, I need you to confirm this is a good idea. You've got to convince her for me because I'm not doing it on my own. Alassane, square it. I thought that was actually going to go in. It might still go in, to be fair. It's not a good idea. Why would you say that? Buy the Switch as a pacifying gift to your wife, then borrow it. 200 IQ. 200 IQ. I was meant to make subs there. Groves was only meant to play 45 minutes. I lied. Does that move us up the world rankings anymore? Go on, let get switched to. That way you can get more doggy cuddles while he's playing it. Yeah, Jesse, good idea, chat. Sell her the dream. When did the world rankings update? And when did teams stop bidding on my players? Gibraltar's 6 games win in a row is a new record. Come on! 6 games won in a row. I'll tell you what, Anna's seen some shit, hasn't she? Bloody hell. She had to go through the bad years, I guess, of Gibraltar national team football. Lots of teams are bidding on Kim. Okay, we got Elder in. How's MFL been going? It has been the off-season, Sean. The new season starts tomorrow, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. But yeah, there's not been a lot happening, really. It's just been lots of prep stuff. But the prep's going good for the new season. I need to start my coaches. How good is this new coach? Where's Elders? Elders? Wait. Chat, where is Elders? Am I blind? Did he not join yet? Oh, he joins tomorrow. I'm an idiot. I give him £10,000 a week, but I'm pretty sure he's a 5-star coach. I've signed him for £10,000 a week because I think he's 5. Oh, okay. He's 4.5. I'm going to say still worth it. He is very, very good. Big fan. VAT deductible on the Switch too if you use it for a review. True. The next time he asks for a Switch 2, please ask him, was there an FM this year? What I'm hearing, chat, is when the new Football Manager gets announced, I'm allowed to buy it for Switch 2. Because it'll be announced this year. That's what I'm hearing. Is Marco better than in Dong now? Chat, who are you picking at inside forward? I think Ndong is probably better. It's like the stuff that Marco's better at, outside of some of the technicals, just isn't as important for an inside forward. Marco is solid. Marco's improved a lot, to be fair. Okay, what about Marco or Valencia? Valencia. Okay, Kim or Antunes? There's lots of debates I need to have with my team here. I think Kim. And it wasn't that way around at the start of the year. That could be my team. We're not back. YouTube, are we back? I was about to end this stream anyway. We're back. I was about to end the stream anyway. Now there's going to be like a 2-minute VOD on YouTube. God damn it. Oh, not on YouTube, on Twitch. YouTube's back. We're chilling. Right, chat, I'm literally... Oh, that's annoying, because I literally am about to end the stream. So now Twitch is going to come back. Hello, Twitch! We're ending the stream. Yeah, I need to go eat food, and we've been live for 3.5 hours. But we will be live again tomorrow. I'm sorry that the stream went down, and I'm just coming back to tell you we're live tomorrow, but that is literally the reality of the situation. Today's been fun. I need to do some more squad reviewing stuff next stream. All in all, though, I am very, very much liking the look of our team for the coming year. Frank Fro has redeemed the first there. Boo that man. If you redeem first after the stream dies, you deserve to be booed. Okay, chat, I'm really sorry about the internet issues today. I wish I had a solution for it. I just don't. So deal with it. And I'm sorry. Hopefully you enjoyed today's stream. We're back live tomorrow at 2. If you didn't see today's Journey Manager video, you know what? I'm not even going to give you an excuse. I'm going to go get the link to it now and put the link to it in chat. One of my favourite FM videos to produce this year. It's a banger. Well, that's what I'm going to say. It's a banger. It's Jack. Stop giving spoilers. Shh. Here's the link. Go watch the video. Chat, I appreciate you guys hanging out today. It's been really fun. Nice to be back after being ill as well. And we're back. We're back tomorrow with more streaming. I hope that sounds good. I'm going to love you, leave you. Sorry for the tiny Twitch VODs for the binge watchers. I'm going to go take a break. Goodbye.